I am so sorry, Becca. That shit was weird. I guess I had to start it exactly at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that was weird. I was like, what is going on? Because it was like,
I know. I heard you. You're like, I'm so confused. I
I'm
was
like,
like,
what
oh
is
my
going
god.
on? I was so
Uh,
lost.
no, it's understandable. I
He's
didn't want
online.
to have to
I don't know if
redo
he's
it.
gonna join though.
Hmm?
I said he's online. I don't know if he's gonna join though.
Yeah, he's not. I had another person I was talking to on here for the past week, and she was so cool, but I guess something happened on here where she's like, yeah, I just need to take a break from this app. There's a lot of people I've been talking to on here that are taking breaks off this app, and it sucks.
Yeah, it's a lot for people though.
It really
So,
is. It really is.
how do you want to start off this conversation with the topic that you chose? Because that's a very touchy subject for a lot of people.
Um, well, I just want to go off the meaning of the word empathy. So, do you want to explain it or me? Like, what do you, okay, let me, this is a better question. What do you think empathy is?
I feel like I'm literally the definition of that word, honestly.
That's
If you want to
great.
get technical, but I think the problem is that I have too much empathy. Is that like I've been told before like I have too many emotions and then people kind of got like annoyed over the while like why are you always crying? Why are you so sensitive? I'm known as like super sensitive and I have empathy and I'm very like I would say empathy is when you have oh my I don't even know how to describe it. Just like I feel it more than I can describe it. So I'm trying to figure out how to put it into words.
So, my definition of empathy is being able to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. It's just the understanding of their situation.
Yeah, like
And that
basically
right there, yeah.
I was gonna say like feeling somebody else's like emotions or like being there for somebody, like caring for somebody's needs.
Mhm.
Like I would say that's like empathy.
Yeah, and see, the thing is that a lot of people, I was gonna say, why are people so um, apathetic? Which apathy is the contrast of it, which means the disinterest
Oh.
of disinterest. That's what it is of anything, of any
Mhm.
situation. But unempathetic, what that means is lacking the ability to connect with people through what they're going through or
And I would
understand it.
say, you know what? People, I feel like some people lack empathy just because of like it can all stem from like your childhood. That's what my therapist told me. But it all stems from like how you grew up, like in the household and everything, like who you were around, how your parents like engraved stuff in you, and that all like stems into your adult life. That's why a lot of people have like childhood trauma or like just trauma in general, just from like relationships, family, anything. But that's why some people like me, like I'm the type of person like if I'm really close to you, like I'll let you hug me. Like if you're meeting me for the first time, I'll kind of like step back and be like don't touch me. Just cuz I don't
Hmm.
like hugging people. And if I don't really know you like that, I'm not comfortable. I'm not gonna let you hug me. Like you're just gonna come up to me and like hug me for what? Like I understand people are very, that's the thing too. I don't like very like touchy people. Very people are very like
Me too.
outgoing and they need to hug you the first time they meet you. But I'm like, whoa, hold up, because I don't know you. But I mean,
Yeah, there's a
that's
lot of people
sweet.
like that.
That's sweet. But I'm not that type of person. Like it takes me like I have to open up to you. I have to be comfortable first before I let you hug me. Before we have that connection. You
And
know what I mean?
go-
But I don't. Does
and what
that sound
you've been through,
selfish?
it
I
makes
don't know.
sense. No, but with what you went through with all the relationships and listeners, she'll probably tell you this later, but with your relationships and just your family, it makes sense why to you, where someone would think, oh, a hug is just a hug, it's a natural form of expression. To you, it means something deeper.
Yeah. You have to build that connection with somebody first, I feel, before you give them like an embrace like that.
I was looking at a meme regarding middle school, and I saw a funny one where this guy was throwing up the deuces um, to his homie, saying, "Oh, when you're in eighth grade, and then you get a hug from a girl," and it's and a lot of people that's how a lot of people look at it. They're like, "Oh, just it's so common." I don't even really
Yeah.
hug my family. Like we're not hugging people. We're not. Yeah, it's just interesting to say that. Like
What did he say?
even though, let's see what he says.
Empathy is really hard to understand, and I think it takes a lot of life experience to fully understand what empathy is and how to apply it to life.
I agree with you, Music Man. I like that. I
Yeah.
like your perspective on it. And the funny thing is about life experience is, I think you'll agree, Becca, is it's not even how many years you've gone through crap in your life. I mean, the age is like how many years. So if you're 50 and you haven't really had that much shit to deal with, it's harder for you. But if you're our ages and you've been through a lot with trauma and you affected your relationships, even though we're in our 20s,
Hmm.
that really adds really fast for our life experience.
Yeah.
And I was doing a research, that link I put, like, so hopefully people can take a look.
Hmm.
Um, there's actually, for people, they they have different type of empathy. Like, apparently not everybody actually has compassionate empathy. There's different, such as cognitive empathy. I never even heard of that. Apparently, it's the one about intellectual understanding. So if
That's
someone, for
emotional
example,
intelligence. I think I have that.
apparently emotional is feeling other people's emotions. That's what it is.
Yeah, I can do
So
that.
so you're emotional because you're emotional empath. That's what it is then. Because I might be more. I don't know. I'm all over the place with how I was raised with my special needs sister and my family structure in the house. Because the cognitive empathy is strictly that if you see, for example, if you see a colleague lose a job, you are able to recognize what emotions they're feeling. So even though you don't feel it, you're able to recognize it, but
Hmm.
it doesn't actually distress yourself. Compassion and empathy is actually a combination of both of them. That's all it is. So those are the three types, apparently, listeners, that people have. You definitely are the second one I said, the effective slash emotional empathetic person, which is a good thing. It's really good, actually. People need
But
that.
I think I put myself in people's shoes a little too much, and I feel a little too much. So it's like I don't know. I guess it's a good thing
Oh,
and a
you
bad.
think? So you're saying you need it in moderation?
Yeah, I mean it's good, but like then I overwork myself. Like you know what I mean? And then I'm like too
Mm-hmm.
upset. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, because the body. There's several different hormones, and one of them is dopamine, which is known as the feel good hormone, and that one helps when it comes to keeping you in a good mood. And when you're taking on negative emotions, since you're empath, that does lead to your ability to end up being in depression. Maybe that's what I've realized with other friends that are very very similar to you. So that's why I try to tell people to be very selective on who they. It sounds harsh, but be selective on who you actually give your empathy to, because that person might not be, you know, in the future. Don't hard to say they might not be worth it.
What did
Because a
he
lot
say?
of people I realize. Do you hear what I said?
Yeah, but I'm gonna
Oh,
listen
okay.
to what he
The
said.
voicemail. Yeah.
I feel that energy from you too. A big part of empathy is humility, and as soon as you understand humility, it's so much easier to understand what other people are going through and to feel pain, feel love, feel everything you need to help that person and make them feel loved or just be there for them.
Okay. I really like his opinions. Music Man, I really respect it. Um, I, just to let you guys know, there's 6 signs of low empathy. One of them is being critical and judgmental. And a lot of people I know in my personal life, my friends, my acquaintances, they openly admit, Becca, that they're judgmental. And that's when I realized that, wow, it's breaking down how someone is feeling is like breaking down a book for those guys that are judgmental. And it's unfortunate because if you're just off the bat thinking that way, then how are you going to expect people to feel towards you?
Yeah.
And hmm what do you what do you what do you think is other signs of low empathy?
You said low empathy?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Um, I don't know. I would say not being considerate of someone's feelings. I would feel like that's like a lack of like empathy. Like let's say like somebody's going through something and you're just like, oh well, anyways, and then you like direct the conversation to like something different.
Oh,
Lack of empathy.
oh, the good old segue.
Yeah. It's
Oh
just people
man.
don't really know how to handle other people's emotions or like certain topics. Like I used to be like that when I was younger. Like somebody was like, "Oh yeah, you know, like oh my family did like this, that, and the third," and they were upset, and I'm just like, "Oh," and they're like, "Why'd you respond? Why'd you say oh?" And it's like I don't know how to respond. Like you just threw something on me and you're crying in front of me, and I'm just staring at you like, okay, like what do I do? I used to be like that when I was younger, but I grew up and now I'm more like, do I give them a hug? Do I not give them a hug? Like now that's my reaction. Like when you're crying, I don't know if you want to be touched. I'll just rub your back. Do you want me to rub your back? I don't know.
Hey, listeners, just letting you know, if ever my family and friends actually care to listen to my podcast, um, like if I'm not a crier, but if I ever did, I would just want someone to sit there and just rub my shoulder. That's what I prefer. That's what I prefer. I don't want to
Because
be completely
I'm the type
isolated.
of person, like if I see somebody crying, like my first instinct is to like give you a hug and like make you feel better. Or like direct it or like make you laugh. Because I don't like when people cry. I don't know. I can't deal with people crying in front of me, and I hate crying in front of other people. And then people are trying to comfort me, and I'm like, no, leave me alone.
Because you feel embarrassed, that's why.
Not
That's
like
the thing.
embarrassed, just because I don't want people to see me in that type of light. I'm
Hmm
not embarrassed. I just don't want someone to see me like because you're seeing me at my weakest, and I don't like that.
I think a lot of people agree with you. Almost everybody. Because as human beings, we're primal. And, and that right there, it just shows people like, oh, wow, maybe, she can be manipulated or something like that. Because people are weird out there. Like, I've had friends and family where they keep making fun of someone's low lights when they're crying. And it's just like, bro, get over it. It happened. Like let it be in the past.
Mm-hmm. You said
Let's see
something
what he
else.
has to say.
I literally hate talking about this, and my therapist says so. But I have, by her, been diagnosed with empathy disorder, where I can't control my feelings of how other people are feeling. As soon as I hear them, it immediately affects me, whether it's good or bad. It's a really weird thing to experience.
I never heard of that before.
Me either. I didn't even know that's an actual disorder. Wow, that's crazy. Huh.
I want to give you a
There's a,
hug.
there's a,
I give you a
there's a,
hug.
there's a, yeah, this girl.
I'm over here about to cry and everything. I'm like, oh my god. See what I mean? This is what I'm like. I'm horrible.
Becca, uh, let me listen to the message too. I
I
just
didn't
listened
hear
to it.
about it either, and then it kind of freaked me out.
Whew. Hey, I mean, hey, brother, do you want to join? Like, what do you think, Becca? I think he'd be a good person to talk to
Yeah,
about it too.
he can join. 100%. He sent another
That's
one.
why I stopped here, because I was like, oh my God, like, whoa. I just started learning and talking about this.
And shout out to the link because I did my research beforehand, so I'm not just stumbling and mumbling my words. I want people to actually understand what we're both saying and not just be idiots. 'Cause
Well,
I
I
got
mean,
some
I already knew
people.
about this just because my life experiences and what I went through. So I'm just like,
Oh
What's
yeah,
up,
but I got some.
guys?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey,
How you doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you all?
I'm
Oh, we're
okay.
great. Well, I'm
Good.
great. I can't speak for both of us. She's been busy. We haven't talked to in about a few days. By the way, Becca, obviously I lied when I told you I'd take a few days off this app. I decided to talk more because I realized, oh, I need more practice, so I don't like sound like an idiot on this.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
I really like listening.
Oh man, I appreciate the fact that you send good voicemails. I'm so used to voicemails being stupid. Like that was actually a really intelligent voicemails you sent. Like,
Thanks.
I, le- I learned something new. I didn't know there was something called empathy disorder.
Yeah, it's you can either have it two ways. You can have it where you you care too much or you care too little. Like people
Oh,
like and there I don't know. I just didn't really believe it in at first because I'm like, well, I don't know, people care and then there's like jerks. Like you can't be like one or the other and she's like, no, you can. You just people are jerks. They're just like and I don't know, it was a really hard conversation to have with her.
yeah. I mean, by the way, I'm a pharmacy tech, and I've talked to a patient where I told them to get a new therapist because she wasn't, doing the best, or psychiatrist, because she wasn't doing the best job when it came to her feelings and emotions. So I'm not trying to overstep my boundaries. Do you feel like your therapist is the best when it comes to that?
I actually have gone through like five or six. It's so like ridiculous using that Better Help app. I'm sure
Oh,
you've
that's the
probably
one
heard of
Hmm.
it.
I use Talkspace.
Oh, okay, yeah. And like
Yeah.
if you don't like click with one, you're like, adios, and I finally found one that go figure, she's in my state. I mean, she's way south of me, but like I was like, let's go. She rocks.
Mine is
She,
far away from me. Mine is like really far. But she's such a sweetheart. I love her. I mean, she takes like 20 days to text me back, but I love her. She's
Ding, ding, ding.
for real.
She's like, I have so many clients. And then I told my man, I was like, I can be on the floor dying. And she would take 20 years to text me back. What a great therapist.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
There's
just
act
happy. I'm happy you guys use those apps. I actually haven't heard anybody use those apps before in my life. So,
Yeah.
It was actually I was listening to Steve-O, and had an ad for it, and if you used his name, you got a discount. And I was like, all right, like, because I'm going through I'm trying to detox and get sober, and Steve-O's like the best example for me. So
Oh, I'm happy
hey,
that you
man.
good for you.
Exactly, man. I hope you continue that.
anyways, I'm not going to be that guy who joins and's like, here's all my problems. So
Oh no, no,
anyways,
you're good, man. I mean,
life
this is a deep
is
conversation.
good.
Yeah, no, understood. But yeah, I decided to talk about this because I sometimes get tired of just talking bullshit on this app. And Becca, she's my best friend on this app, and we've had some interesting conversations with people where it's fun. But besides a few good co-hosts such as Nikki and who else, Drago, and like there's very few though. That's a problem. Very few in between.
Very few.
Hmm. And I've met a lot of good people on this app. So,
PS3 left
oh god,
that other thing to go in this.
Oh,
see who played that? Who played that?
I did.
it was
I
You
didn't
did
know
that
it.
on
yeah.
purpose.
No, I didn't know what she was gonna say. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's kind of what you're talking about, Ramoni. Like I left because it got awkward and weird, and I was just like, man, I just want to have like a real cool talk. Like yeah, I don't know. Just be
I
cool.
actually like Becca in PS3. I had people leaving the app to go to a different one. It's called Wisdom.
Oh
Oh
You guys heard that app before?
no,
no.
Yeah, it's another voice chat app. Yeah, so there's people that are switching over to that. I talked to someone who is new to stereo, and she said, yeah, she was over at Wisdom. She likes it so much better. So, yeah, if you wonder if the people that you know that used to talk on here aren't here anymore, that might be why. They're just transferring all their content and their likeness over there. And they're probably just gonna use this app just to stay in touch with people, but not to actually talk on it.
yeah, it's like you join a group and they're like, hey, old man, you're a derogative term and you're a pedophile, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just trying to just talk and have a good time.
Yeah. Oh, this man. Drago. Are you gonna join,
He,
man?
he's listening. I texted him. He didn't respond to me.
Who's Drago? The one that's over there, the one way where?
Yep.
Yeah.
That, oh, okay.
What's up, Anila? She's so nice. She's such a nice person. You would like her, Becca.
She
Nice
followed me. I
people.
followed her back.
I've been like the past week. I've been talking to her. She's such a sweetheart. And then this fair person that was sending in the goofy voicemails. Yeah, I don't know.
Mm.
hmm
Yeah.
But I will tell you guys something about me to personalize it even more for the listeners on here. So I don't know
Yeah,
if
please
Nikki
do.
told you this, Becca. I kind of like had a little emotional rant on here just so like people could like maybe understand my situation and learn from it. Because I was kind of
Oh.
like a little like low key sad one day, and I was like, let me talk about my issues. I locked in my profile. If you ever want to hear it, like I won't share it to you today, but if you ever were curious, and I was just saying to people that man, like, just, sometimes it's just hard because I don't know if I told you fully, Becca, and I'm telling you PS3 and the listeners dealing with a special needs sister, especially in the early 2000s to the late 2010s, was a lot. The resources that special needs kids get nowadays is so much better than it was when I was a little kid. I'm so thankful for the siblings and the kids that aren't going through what I was going through. Where my sister at one point was put in a straitjacket in elementary school.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was horrible. Like, I remember it now, where my parents would always fight with the school. They would be in conferences telling them what they can't do. There's some things that they did that, like, that's the reason why they don't put kids in straitjackets in public schools anymore because of what my parents did. And it was really sad just realizing that because I always had some kind of resentment towards how I was brought up because of that. And my teammates, that's the reason why I'm such a loner, I realized as I got older, because whenever I would do stuff with my teammates, I couldn't. Like, after the games, I'll immediately go home, watch my sister, or I almost come late to things. I remember I came late to a soccer game, like an hour late, like halftime late. I came by the second half because I was busy watching my sister, and then a lot of things just happened. And it sucks because I could have made more connections with people, but they didn't know my situation. And when I did tell some people what I was going through, they didn't know how to take it because you don't hear that many people with personally with a sister or a brother or whatever that has issues that most people don't know how to deal with. Like my sister's nonverbal, her motor skills aren't the best, and she can't really express herself in a way that you understand. So if she has manic episodes where she's severely crying or hitting herself, like what are you gonna do? You can barely calm her down. So it was really tough, and I couldn't even tell half the people I knew that because my own extended family they weren't very helpful, and my mom's side of the family Like they're still not in the States. They all live together in other countries. So it was my mom was by herself with no family, and so it was just me and my dad helping, of course. And my dad's like extended family that was here. They don't get along, and they didn't really know that much of the situation. And it just really sucks because nobody truly tried to just stay with me to see, oh, what is going on in this household that makes Raven act this way? Because a lot of my friends just assume that I'm stuck up and I think I'm better than people, when really I am just thinking about what I've been going through the past 22 years of my life. And it sucks because, I get more empathy of what I was going through as a child on stereo than I've ever like got in my actual life. Like I don't even talk to most of my family anymore because I feel like they just don't get it. Like I feel like the guy that everybody wants to like, but they just don't know how to. So I just yeah, because there's some certain things where I couldn't be the kind of nephew, the cousin that I could be because of me always being basically a third parent to my sister, and everybody does understand that when you have that kind of position, like you can't live a normal life. Like I've never have had a so-called normal life in my adolescence, hardly my childhood, and as adult, it's really shown a lot. So that's what it is for me. And when Nikki like saw me do that, she actually checked out on me quite a bit. She texted me a few times, 2 days in a row, like this thing I was doing. 'Cause I was really sad. I was really sad.
You need a hug.
So, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to make this low vibrational, guys. Like, not at all. I just wanted to tell the listeners what.
You
Yeah, I
need a
forgot.
hug.
Like Becca, like, yeah,
I'm all in my
like,
emotions right now.
Look, yeah, you know where I'm at.
yeah. I'm so sorry, Becca, because like I just said 10 minutes ago that you're an emotional empath. So yeah, because you said something last week, Becca. It wasn't bad or anything, but it was necessary. You said, "Oh, you sound like you have trauma that you need to deal with." I was like, "Oh, damn." She's fucking actually
No,
acknowledging
okay.
what's wrong with me.
Let me clarify because people are gonna think I'm a fucking asshole. No, I
No,
wasn't
no,
saying
no.
that
You weren't being an asshole. You
to
weren't being an
pamper.
asshole.
I was just saying, and if it came off that way, I'm sorry if it came off like it was being a dickhead. I wasn't trying.
Oh no, you weren't being mean. No, trust me, Becca. I would have told you if you
I was
were.
like, let me
Like,
clarify. People be like, she's a bitch. No, no, no.
oh,
I
I would
mean,
never say that. Like,
Raymond, that's a perfect example of empathy because ah because you're talking about, just give me, hold on one second.
no problem.
You are talking about how you didn't have a normal life, but what you were able to give someone else is a normal life. Being a friend and being there for them. And you need to remember that that's a blessing in your life. The knowledge that you gained from helping,
Hey,
it
what's up?
Hey,
Hey,
you
Drago.
you gain that knowledge and that love, and you're able to share that with others. And that's where empathy comes in, is you learn how to love others the way that you've had to do for so long. I mean, you got to look at it as a blessing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
sometimes it's yeah. So Draco. So man, I'll let you talk. What are you gonna say, brother? How you been?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. How you guys doing?
Good. I'm sorry, but I know like it's pretty early in the morning, guys. You gotta remember he's in the UK, so it's probably like 5:30 over there.
No, it's fine. You don't need to apologize. I mean, I'm a nocturnal animal. I'm always up at this time anyway,
the
so
nocturnal animal.
I'm a nocturnal animal, you know. I don't listen, I don't like the daytime. The daytime is a nightmare in the UK, specifically in London, because it's a fucking nightmare. It's just too many traffic, too many people, too much noise. At night is a different world. It's peaceful and quiet, you know what I'm saying?
Amen.
And that's what I like. It's just I love the peace. I swear to God, like it's just beautiful. The only time I can get peace is at night. You know what I'm saying? That's the only
Oh
time.
man, I sound like
That's
Daredevil
the
right
only
now.
time. Say that
um,
again.
you sound like Daredevil. He's a comic book superhero. That's what you remind me of right now.
Oh
Like he's
yeah,
the type of
yeah,
guy
yeah.
that he trains at night and everything.
I
Where
could relate.
in the
I
world
could definitely
is
relate to
Carmen
Daredevil.
San
You know what I'm saying?
Diego?
100%. So yeah.
Because I got a lot of family with the same time zone as you, so that's why I haven't talked to you in a while. Because I'm like, most of the time with them, I can't call them like now because they're sleeping. So if you, I don't know when to. Because the last time we talked, Becca, me and him talked for like 2 3 hours. It was like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, damn, like it was
Yeah,
two
yeah. We
o'clock
spoke
here.
for a while. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. You see, the only time if I speak to somebody for that long, then it's a really good conversation. Do you understand? Because majority of the time I speak to people on here, I give them like 10, 20 minutes max because I'm gonna keep it real. There's too many idiots on this app, to be honest with you, and I just don't want to like waste my time talking to them. You know what I'm saying? I only talk to interesting people, and unfortunately, it's just not enough interesting people on this app. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah. Can anybody agree with that? Because I do.
I mean, I'm not on
Agreed.
here. I'm focused on other things.
I
So
concur.
I just don't, I don't want to waste
He
my
gave
time. Look,
he gave us all a compliment.
well, yeah, no, it was an undercover compliment. Yeah, you guys didn't even notice. You know what I'm
I did.
saying? Yeah, exactly, Ray. You know what I'm saying? No, listen, I'm very selective to who I talk to people. Do you understand? Because I
he
value
sounds
my time, and
yeah.
I don't want to sit down and
Did you say
talk
he sounds
to.
like your man?
No, I said he sounds like me. I said because I am.
Oh.
No, I'm
Uh-huh.
very serious because
Sounds like
listen,
my man.
I'm
I
gonna
was like,
keep it.
hold up.
I don't no because listen, why am I gonna talk to an idiot for like 2 3 hours? I'm gonna keep it real. Why would I do that? Do you
Yes.
understand? Why would I do that? Please explain to me. Like, I'm not gonna listen. One thing about me, I cannot force the way I feel. Do you understand? If I for the first time, if I'll give you a chance, believe. I will. I'll give you like, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes. If I find you interesting, yeah, we'll continue. Do you understand? I will like add you on I will add you on my friends list. But if I notice within 5, 10 minutes I don't like you, then I'm gonna be like, oh, look at the time. I have to go now. Bye. You know what I'm saying? Like, see you later. I gotta go and stare at the wall for 2 hours, you know? So so yeah. I just can't do it. I can't. I'm
And I
sorry.
respect the fact that you like talking to us because what I've realized, oh my goodness, I have so much more to tell you guys. Because Drago, when I told Becca I'd take a few days off the app, I ended up finding so much shit about things that I didn't think was possible on here. And this is one guy that he's a part of the uh, Too Clean Too Clean Talks. I think that's what it is. And he invited me to the community where there's like over 300 people on this app, and there's like a 47 page document that he can send to me explaining all the rules of it, where they
Oh,
try to
for
keep stereo.
God's sake.
I know,
Really?
right? It's
That's
crazy.
a
And
lot.
like, he's a good dude, but it's a lot. It was a lot. He's
He's too
actually a
much.
good dude, but
He's
it
too
was too
much.
much because he thinks that, and I understand it, where to moderate this app, where that people aren't just being rude to each other, that if people are actually pouring their hearts out or saying or going or saying things of necessity, that you're not just being jerks, you're not just leaving voicemails in the comments saying, hey, like go kill yourself and all that nonsense, when that person might actually be at the stage where they might like kill themselves, or they're just being
Yeah,
depressed.
exactly. Never
That's not
know.
right.
You never know what anyone's going through. Do you understand? Like when somebody look, if you're gonna try to talk to look, if you have a problem, right? Like you genuinely
Hmm.
want to connect with somebody, you're depressed, you're unhappy, you feel conflicted because you wonder if people gonna give a shit. Do you understand? Like that's the problem because a lot of people, believe me, when you try to talk to them about your depression and how unhappy you are on this app and other social media apps, I'd say about 80% of them are not going to give a shit. Believe me, they're just gonna say, "Oh, shut the fuck up, get out of
I
here, talk to a
did.
therapist," and blah, blah. Do you understand? And because a lot of people, unfortunately, they're assholes. They really don't give a shit. Like I do, believe me. Like I spoke to quite a few people, and I could
I
just
know.
tell. I can just tell when
Yeah, that's a
somebody
good thing though.
and some say that again.
No, I said it's a good thing though. It's better to care than not.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with just talking to somebody for like, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes, like, and just saying, are you okay? Like, you can talk to me. I know we're just strangers, but at the end of the day, we all bleed the same color. So, listen, if you want to talk to me, I don't mind, you know what I'm saying? And then eventually, if they trust me, they'll open up and say, oh, I've been very unhappy, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I try my best, to, like, give them the best advice, whether it's going to work or not. But the point is, right? By
Ow.
speaking to them like maybe 10, 20 minutes, you could have saved that person's life. You could have saved that person's life because who knows, that person could be so depressed that maybe that person's suicidal, but having a decent conversation, right, and treating that person as a human being, maybe you save that person's life. Do you understand? But unfortunately,
Amen.
a lot of people don't give a fuck. That's the problem. This is why it's so important. You need support in real life. Don't just rely on social media for people. Do you understand? If you have good people in your life, whether you're friends or whether you're family, talk to them. Do you understand? You really have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's so fucking important. Like, don't ever keep anything by yourself. It's hard to do anything by yourself in this world. It's really fucking hard. We're not meant to
Yeah,
be alone. We're not meant to be alone in this world. We need other people to help us. Yeah, and it's so sad because I mean, there's so many homeless people, for example, and they treat them like they're fucking invisible. Nobody really sits down and talks to a homeless person. Hey, how are you? How's your day been? They are the most loneliest people in the world because a lot of people treat them like a piece of trash. Like, just because I'm homeless, that doesn't mean I'm not a fucking human being. Don't just walk by me while you're wearing a fucking Gucci bag, wearing a fucking Prada jacket, and you tell me that you don't have fucking change. You don't have change, really? Huh? How much is that jacket cost? 2,000? Really? You're a rich motherfucker, so don't lie to me. Don't lie to me and say that I don't have. Don't insult me. I'm not stupid. I know what the brand is. Do you understand? I'm not dumb. I wasn't born yesterday, so don't lie to me. Why don't you? I would rather you tell me to my face, say, listen to me. I've got money. I'm rich, but I don't want to give it to you. At least you're being real. You're telling me the truth. I'll be like, you know what? I'll respect that. Fine, fuck off. But don't lie to me and say I don't have change when you're wearing expensive clothes. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here, man. Please, just
I
walk.
found that
Just
when I'm
don't even talk to me.
but
Don't even look.
what? Man,
I
He's
I
found when
love
I'm
so
this.
feeling the worst, like when I'm in a bad mood, times are going hard. If I go help somebody like that immediately lifts me up, and like that's my goal. Is and like when I feel that, I'm like, oh no, I'm going down. I immediately go find somebody to help because that immediately lifts me up.
That's good that you're able to like, recognize your triggers and then decide how you're gonna fix it. That's good because a lot of people, like I was telling you both before, Drago, you joined, they actually use the BetterHelp app or app similar, and that's really good. Like you're seeking help. You're not running away from it or act or say you need it, but really that you don't because you think that you're able to deal with it. And what I was saying, I love this. What you're saying, Drago, is that you're a really passionate person. Me and Becca both know that. Like,
what?
like you're really like that. He's like Drago's really passionate.
Yeah. Oh, I was
I
gonna say
want.
something.
Yeah, you say something. Yeah, what's up?
Okay. So I noticed that like over my birthday weekend, like, cause alcoholism runs like really bad in my family, and I
Mm-hmm.
noticed over the weekend I was drinking a lot. But then I had to sit back and really think, and I was talking to my boyfriend about this. I'm like, how come every time I sleep over, I'm always drinking? And he's like, oh, well, you only drink half a margarita and then you go to sleep and then you say that you're drunk. And I was like, okay, but like every time I sleep over, why do I feel the need to pick up a bottle? I'm like, you don't think in your head like, damn, maybe something's going on with her. And I told him too. I was like, you know that before I met you, I told him, I was like, when I was depressed, I would always pick up a bottle, and I feel like that would solve my issues. So I'm like, now I'm realizing more and more that I'm sleeping over, and we've been together for 3 years. More and more that I'm sleeping over. I'm like, within those 3 years, I'm like, I've been drinking a lot. And I gathered it all up together, and I really sat back and was thinking. And I was like, yeah, no, that's not good. And then he starts drinking more. And I'm just like, but for me, I know it's bad because I know how it is in my family. So I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna be on that road to become like an alcoholic. And he's like, oh, well, you don't really drink like that. I'm like, I don't finish the whole thing, but sometimes there will be days where I do sleep over and I finish like 2 margaritas in like a day. And I'm like, that's a problem. And you're not like voicing like, oh yeah, you know, what's going on or why are you drinking so much? Or I'm like, you're not sitting me down and talking to me when you know and you're seeing that I'm starting to drink a lot. That's not coming up as a discussion. That he's like, no, you know, you do you wanna drink, you go ahead drink. I was like, but it's becoming a problem. I don't know.
And Becca, like for me, I can actually feel what you're thinking because in my mom's side of the family, the men on her side of the family, they had alcoholism issues. It just runs the heredity trait. I don't know how to say it. It seems as if it was for men when it comes to drinking, and that's why even though sometimes I'll go drink with my friends, I get very minimal drinks. Like I'll get a few shots and I'll usually drink water beforehand and after because I don't want to feel like, oh, alcohol is like water to me at this point where I can't live without it. I still remember when
Yeah.
my mom was 21 and I drank, and luckily she told me this. You know, I went out to go drink and she said she was sitting on the couch and she was not happy. She was like, just be careful, my brothers, my dad, my uncles, it runs in the family. Like there's a heredity trait where that could happen. Yeah, you got to be careful. And luckily
Yeah.
for me, when I do drink, I'm safe, I'm responsible. But Becca, like I feel for you because your dad should have said that. Luckily, my mom did. So the thing is, I'll tell you this. You know, obviously, I'm not your parent. That the fact that you recognize it, that's good. So you have anybody else in your family that ever starts drinking, then you'll be the one that'll be able to tell them something about the family, such as that trait.
My
And
freaking
hopefully
uncle
they'll listen. But
and nobody can get him
hmm?
to stop. That's the problem. I said my uncle drinks nonstop and nobody can get him to stop drinking. But he's like drinking, going to work, whatever. But he's always drinking. Ever since I was little, he's always drinking.
You know how many times I have become like the designated driver? I swear to God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never trust my fucking friends. It's like every fucking time I tell them, listen to me for once. Just try your best not to drink too much. You know? I want to have fun. You know what I'm saying? I want to have fun. But yeah, no problem, right? About 2, 3 hours later, I can tell they're nonstop drinking. Like, oh, oh wait, yeah. And for that, I cannot fucking drink. Then I'm just like, you know what? I can't do it because I can see them get drunk and they don't give a fuck, right? And it happens so many times. I told them, you know what? I've had enough. I'm not gonna fucking be a designated driver anymore. You can go ahead and get yourselves a fucking driving license. Do you understand? Out of this shit. You know, because in the beginning, because I was like, this was like in my early 20s. Like when I got the driver license, everybody was like, "Oh my god, yeah, you're gonna get a car," and everybody was like using me as a fucking Uber driver. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't know why it took me a while to realize this. And I just decided, you know what? I've had enough. I'm done with this bullshit. You know, I'm not gonna keep picking you guys up. Get yourself a fucking driver license, all right? And I'm done. Seriously.
Oh, one of the
It was just annoying.
I
I was
agree with
talking
that.
about before the one way word. I know you guys keep calling him something. I don't know him yet, but um, one of the things that Steve-O talked about was like he would get crazy, just shit faced, drunk, high, whatever, because it was the only way that crazy stunts to make people like him. And then one day he was like, I mean, like Johnny Knoxville, everybody got in on it and they gave him a intervention, but he also, can I do this shit if I'm not like under the influence? And like he's like, can I light my balls on fire and sober? And so that's when he tried it. I'm not that particularly. I'm just, Steve-O, he's
I,
crazy. But he
Yeah, he is.
did a crazy stunt while he was sober, and he was like, "Oh shit! Like people still like me. I'm still funny, and
yeah,
I'm sober." And
yeah,
that's when he was like, "Okay, like I don't have to be fucking gone to do this shit. and still have a good time. And that's, as soon as I heard that, the that was like that was the point where I was like, oh, so you still can be cool and not have to do all that. And yeah, Steve was my
Oh, yeah.
guy. He's like, I've read his book. He's like, of all the people in the entire world to have be a hero, he's my hero.
No, he was cool. Yeah, it's such a shame that what's his name? Bam Bam, whatever his name is. He was part of the crew of Jackass. Like his life just went downhill. You know what I'm saying? Like he just, he never changed. Do you understand? Steve-O changed,
Yeah,
but he never changed. Like he still went downhill. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like they tried, like, believe me, they tried their best to give him so many chances, but they've had enough. You know what I'm saying? Like every time he went to rehab so many fucking times. Like when do you stop? Do you understand? Like there's only so much you can support somebody. Do you understand? Even right now, as we're speaking, he's still like in trouble. You know what I mean? Like he's very, very unwell. Do you understand? Steve-O managed to change big time. You know what I'm saying? He's got his own podcast and everything. He's doing very good. But unfortunately, everything changed when his best friend died. Obviously, we all know that. You know what I'm saying? When his
Yeah.
friend passed, away, I get it. I mean, like, I don't get it, but I can understand why he went on a downward spiral. I understand what would happen to me if one of my best friend died. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, but you have to one day say, you know what? If I continue, I am gonna fucking die because your body can only handle so much abuse, so much abuse. Your body's gonna break eventually. Do you understand? It's going to happen. It wouldn't surprise me if one dies. I'm sure his parents are like aware that he's gonna die one day because this is self abuse. Do you understand? You cannot do this for the rest of your life.
yeah, no, that's true, brother. That's really true. And I'm happy that he had a podcast where he actually talked about Music Man. To your point, that he started talking about his issues, and I'm happy that he's a hero for you because a lot of these celebrities aren't. And the fact that he's one of them, especially for someone like you, that you have your own issues that you want to deal with, that's great to hear. I'm happy you picked the right person.
Steve-O of all people.
No, it was
Yes,
cool.
no,
I don't.
people like we grew
You
up
know
on
what?
Steve-O, so the fact that
Let
we're
me tell
saying this now, 15 years ago, no.
you, you know what? No, he's a funny motherfucker. For real, you know what I mean? And he's crazy. Like
Yeah.
I was like Steve when I was a teenager. I swear to God, I could relate. But I was genuinely crazy. Like my own little crew, like my little friends, and we did some crazy ass shit. We used to always bet against. We used to bet against each other. Okay, I'm gonna give you $10. All right, no problem. Because back then I was broke. Do you understand? I was like, okay, fine. Give me $20. I will do it. All right, no problem. Boom, and then we'll do any kind of stunts. And back then, believe me, I did not give a fuck back then. Obviously, I'm a grown ass man. I've got responsibilities. But when I was a teenager, I didn't give a fuck because obviously the police cannot arrest you when you're a kid. Do you understand? So when I discovered that, I took that to my full advantage. I was like, the police. Fuck it, I'm gonna break the law, do crazy shit. Yeah, hey, listen, I'm not proud of what I did, okay, but back then I just didn't give a shit, you know what I'm saying? So me and my friends, we used to go around we didn't harm anybody. It was just like harmless pranks, do you understand? But it was kind of crazy back in the day. And Jackass was like a bit of an influence because I enjoyed what they did. Do you understand? I really did. So I was like, you know what? I know Jackass was American, and I was like, there isn't like a British version of Jackass. You know what I mean? So I was thinking, you know what? We could make our own little British version of Jackass. You know what I'm saying? Why not?
Oh goodness. uh, that's funny. It reminds me of my friends when we're those kids that would do the stuff that the TV shows say, don't do this at home. It sounds like you were one of those kids too. That's how my friends were. Those are good times. Those are good times.
Wicked.
Um, Becca, I do got a question for you though. On
Okay.
on empathy. It's nothing bad. It's nothing bad.
I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, she hates these questions, guys. But it's not bad. I was gonna ask. Um, I'm gonna ask all three of you guys in here, Drago and Music Man. What is the percentage of people that you think are actually true empaths?
Wow.
That's hard because you gotta think there's like 8 billion plus
In the whole
people in the world.
population.
Yeah.
Well, people
I don't even
like
know.
probably people are. Yeah, I think that's what he's asking. I don't know.
And I don't really know a lot
So
of
funny
people,
thing
so I
is,
don't know.
I was looking at a study.
Not bad, you can go ahead.
So can you guys hear me? Just want to make sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, no, I just want to make sure you guys can hear it because I feel like my phone's just being stupid. Yeah, I need to get a new phone, but apparently there's a study by neuroscience where they said that 1 to 2% of the population are actually true empaths. So even though that word's been thrown around a lot, I can definitely see that there's not that many people that are actually truly empathetic. Like from Becca and Drago, I definitely get that. Out of all my friends in real life, only one person maybe on a spectrum. But you two are definitely, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm very empathetic, believe me. But trust me, if you cross the line, I'm gonna
You're
be
not stupid either.
no, no, for real though. Like I'm
Yeah.
very outspoken, and you know me, Ray. You know, I'm very blunt. Like I always say, I am so blunt you can smoke me. Do you understand?
Uh,
It's like you can
Oh
smoke
God.
me.
Oh
the
God.
oh
thing is,
god.
right?
that
The problem is,
that
right?
was a good point. I like that. That's a good setup.
No, no, but the thing is, right? Whether the truth and the facts don't give a fuck about your feelings. Like the thing is, right? You need to understand when I'm telling you the truth, right? When I'm giving you facts, it's not a personal attack. Do you understand? It really isn't. Like when because I remember I told my friend, like my friend, he's like a smoker. He's been smoking cigarettes like all his life, and I told him the truth. Listen to me.
Oof.
You know the reason why I don't. One of the reasons why I don't like you is because you don't care about people. And he said, "What do you mean by that?" And I said to him, "You don't care about the consequences, right? Because if you cared about people, you would stop smoking, right?" And he still didn't understand. I said, "Okay, all right. So when you die because of your smoking habits, right? How do you think the people that love you gonna feel? Do you understand? Don't you think that's a little selfish that you're killing yourself? Do you understand? It shows that you don't care about other people because people care about you, but you don't seem to care about consequences because your body could, or your body could only handle so much. Do you understand? Right? And I told him, and I said to him the realest shit. I told him the most honest, realest shit that he has never heard. I told him, let me tell you something. If you die because of your smoking habits, I am not gonna go to your funeral. I'm not gonna go to
Damn.
your funeral. I am not.
Oof.
And you know what he did? And he was so upset. I swear to God, he actually cried. He fucking cried when I said that to him. That's how honest and blunt I was. I told him, I swear to God, why should I fucking visit your future if you don't love yourself? Clearly, you don't give a shit about yourself. This is self-infliction. Well, you think that, oh, I'm smoking 10 packs of cigarettes a day. It has no effect on me. Just because you don't see it, that doesn't mean it's not happening. Do you understand? I said, go to the doctor right now. I dare you, book an appointment right now to the doctor, and he will fucking tell you the truth. I dare you. You will never do it because you know the truth. That's why you're afraid. You are afraid of the truth. And when I said that to him, I swear to God, he was so emotional. And he said, he told me, you know what? I'll try my best to quit. And I said, you know what? If you try, I will respect you right now. But take my hand right now. And promise me right now that you will fucking try to at least quit. Try your best. And he said, yeah, I will. That's what
Well,
happens. That's what happens when you tell somebody the truth. Facts and truth are real. You cannot deny that. You know what I'm saying? You cannot.
no. I think that's the kind of empathy I was talking about to
I respect
Ray
that.
and Platanolover, where there's two different versions where one you care so much, but more in a emotional way. But there's another version where you care so much in a more, uh, I'm so bad
It's
with words, like a judgmental way. Like you care so
not
much in
mental.
that harsh way. And
No, no, no,
Hmm.
I think that's what my therapist meant was like, yeah,
no,
those are the two versions.
no, no, no. My version is tough love. I've been.
Yeah,
This is how.
yeah.
This is tough
Oh
love.
no, no, he's
To
so
be around.
Draco. So before you join, so before he joined, he actually, his therapist. He had a what 5, 6 therapists that he met before he talked to this current one that were honestly they weren't like you is tough love as you expressed, and I agree, but his were just more unempathetic as the topic is about. Like they just didn't get it and they weren't trying to, right? Music man.
Right. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, I didn't understand what she meant when she was like, you're an empath, and I was like, that's just a word. But then
Yeah,
I started
it's
learning about
it's
it,
it's so
and
vague
there's a
too. She
tough
didn't
love.
explain it. Oh.
But now that he started talking, now I think I understand, and that's what this is about. Like people talking real. Now I understand what she meant. It's like one, you're emotional and you cry all the time and you feel people's pain. Two, you're kind of like a jerk empath about it. But that's exactly what he's talking about. Is like you care so hard where you'll tell people the truth. But yeah, that you just made
But
everything sense.
okay, but you be right now. What type of version do you want though? Do you want the a different version of like caring, or do you want like the tough love, like very straightforward, like no bullshit, straight to the point type of love? Like what
I,
would you rather?
I'm I'm actually the exact opposite of you. Is what I'm saying. Is like I will more likely just cry and feel
Right,
just
right.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I
and
understand.
So
you
he's kind of like me in a sense where I love really hard and really deep, but I cry a lot. I'm very like hypersensitive. Is that what you mean?
exactly, yes, yeah,
Yeah.
continue.
So he's more
You
so
didn't get
like me.
yeah, you keep going.
That's all I had to say.
Well,
Oh,
I've always
Yeah,
been
Becca.
like I've always been like that. To be honest with you, it's like I will tell exactly what you need to hear, want to hear. You understand?
blew my mind. I won't
But
use your
see,
name, but I'm going to talk about you. Your
with
name.
someone like that, for me, I feel like it's a person. Like I take it personal, and I feel like they're attacking me, so I get defensive, and I can't mentally like handle that. Well, I've been through shit, so that's another reason. But just my mental, honestly, just with somebody like that, that's so like high strung, and it's very like determined, or like let's say very like I don't know how to say it, but they're very like headstrong about something, and they're gonna sit here and like tell you how it is, or like be too real, and I'm like, oh, you're being an asshole and you're trying to hurt my feelings on purpose. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because that's exactly how my boyfriend is. I'm like, you're attacking me. Like, why are you attacking me? He's like, but I'm not. I'm like, yes, you are. And I'm like, you're specifically like, you're looking for any way to hurt my feelings on purpose. And I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Because I constantly in the state of like, oh, why are you attacking me? Like, why is that person like saying these things to purposely go out of their way and hurt my feelings? It may not be like that, but that is how I feel on the inside. I don't know if you guys understand what I mean, but something like along those lines. That's how I feel.
Oh, that totally makes sense. I honestly, Warrior blew my mind, and I think I understand what my therapist was saying.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
a lot
good that you're able to see different aspects. So we know that there's people that they need a certain type. Like when people say, "Oh, they're a good cop, bad cop," and there's someone that has to show them tough love, and then someone to just be more nurturing. It's necessary. So Becca, for you, you just need someone to just be just a listener and be more understanding. While other people they need more of a Drago, where hey, you just gotta get it that way in order for you to just progress and be better.
Exactly.
And,
Yep.
and not everybody's the same too. And Draco, by the way, the fact that you did it to your friend, that was really good because first of all, I just had a conversation with my dad today, guys, where he told me, well, I already know this, but he explained to me of, why he stopped smoking cigarettes. Because he used to smoke cigarettes before he had me. And he said, he's like, yeah, because I don't want you to see me smoking cigarettes. And it's not good for you. Imagine, because he has underlying health issues. Imagine if you were smoking. That would be really bad for you. Because you're not supposed to inhale nicotine. It's not smart. You're supposed to inhale oxygen and then breathe out carbon dioxide or monoxide or whatever. Like your body is not supposed to be inhaling anything like smoke. And so cigarettes to me has always been like, why are you guys doing that? So
It
I
makes
will
no.
shout out to you for that.
No, no. Let me tell you something. Right? You know the reason why these cigarettes are rich. You know why they're rich? Go ahead.
Because
I
they
want.
don't tell the consumers the actual negative effects. They don't tell them that. My dad told me because he's
Lobbyists.
from the 80s. Like they never doctors never actually told patients, "Hey, this is negative. This is a negative thing for you to be using." It was used a lot of mainstream. I believe commercials used to show it in a positive light versus now, where they actually have drugs in order to help you combat your smoking addiction.
It's funny how it's so fucking hilarious. You see these, you see all these commercials about beer, like Budweiser and all that. The, it makes no sense. This type of collaboration makes no sense. You see, like beer being 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 promoted with sport. You know, sport like athletes, football, and NFL, and all that. How does that make any sense? How does drinking beer makes you stronger, more faster? It does not. So I don't really understand this type of sponsorship where they're sponsoring like a football team. Like, how does that make sense? Like, you don't see like a football team being sponsored product like water, anything like that. But no, it's like, how does that make sense? Like they've been sponsored by this beer company. Like when you're an athlete, you don't drink beer when you're an athlete. You don't. It doesn't
Well, you're
make
not
sense.
supposed to.
Not since the 80s.
But then, like all these food products, like McDonald's are being sponsored by, like McDonald's sponsoring like an athlete person and shit like that. It's like, how does that make any sense? How does that make it doesn't. Like it doesn't. What's the word? There's no correlation. It doesn't make sense. The type of food product you should be like an athlete. It should be like, I don't know, healthy products, not fucking beer
Exactly.
and not beer and McDonald's and anything like that. It
Gatorade,
doesn't.
really, too.
Yeah,
I
Gatorade.
100% agree, but
Gatorade is Gatorade is not good for you. How does that make sense? Oh, it has a lot of energy. No, it does not. It has a lot of sugar. There's a lot of fucking shit. So it doesn't, this has been happening for years. You see, like sponsored, like unhealthy companies sponsoring athletes, like football teams and basketball teams, and I'm just confused by that. Very confused.
it
Music Man, what were you about to say, man?
advertising is a really hard thing to understand. I mean, if you're smart and you can see past it, like Warrior, uh, it's smart because I'll give you a perfect example. I wanted to go to McDonald's and get some burgers, and because it sounded good, and my wife said, "No, we'll make burgers. It'll be cheaper." Kind of cheaper. I mean, she bought a 10 pack of hamburgers for $10. She bought the cheese, she bought the lettuce, she bought this. The ticket ended up being, $40 for burgers, where we could have gone to McDonald's, spent $20, come home, eaten, and been done. And that's why they do that, is because it's quicker, cheaper, and it is cheaper. It sucks because it has all that sugar, just like you're saying.
No, no,
And
but I'm just trying to understand like the correlation between like an unhealthy product and like a sports team. Do
it,
you understand?
right, and we see these guys eating McDonald's, and that's because McDonald's says, "Hey, come eat McDonald's. It's gonna be delicious, and
Yeah,
it is delicious, and it's quicker, it's cheaper, and
but
less nutritious because nutritious is more expensive, and that's the way that society has set it up. And it's a bummer. I don't. That sounds political. I don't want to get into that. Blah, 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 blah. Take back everything I said.
listen, I get it. It's a
It's okay.
business. Listen,
It's
Blah,
listen.
blah.
yeah.
I get it.
It's that's what it is, guys. It's a business.
No, no, no. I get it. I'm not stupid. Believe me, I'm not fucking oblivious. I know it's a business, but it's kind
Hmm.
of a it's a sellout. Like if I was an NBA, if I was like an athlete in the NBA, right? If I was an and obviously I care about my health, right? You know, to be an athlete, I exercise, I eat healthy, and like McDonald's decided, hey, you know, we want to sponsor you. I would say no because that's a sellout. I'll be like, no, because this is not what I eat. I did not become like this, my body like this, very healthy by eating unhealthy food. I get it. They do it for the bag. They do it for the money. I get it. It's a sellout. Do you understand? Because they get offered millions and there's just no moral though. Nobody gives a fuck about moral. They don't give a fuck about pride and honor and shit like that. I don't know. I'm just not that kind of guy. I'm not gonna sell out and pretend, oh, look at this Big Mac. It's delicious and all that. I just can't do it. I
You
really
know,
can't do
so
that.
crazy. I've never had a Big Mac in my life, guys. Am I crazy?
What?
See,
That's
I knew I was gonna
crazy.
get some kind of reaction.
Ray, come on. We're
Oh my
not dumb.
god.
Please, come on,
I can
No,
man.
I've never
tell
actually
you
had a Big Mac in
No,
my life before. Like no cap, I really haven't.
you're
the
lying.
order that
No,
I
You're
used
lying.
to order
Oh.
was the Big Mac. I would order like a large mocha frappe, a large fry, and like a large soda. And I could finish all that when I was younger. And that's crazy.
No, no, Becca
yo, that sounds like you were bouncing off the walls as a child.
sounds like she's been sponsored by McDonald's the way she described that. Honestly, like it's like okay,
I
I'm
wish I
loving it.
was. I
I'm
wish
actually,
I was.
I'm at,
That's a good job.
I want to
But
be
yeah,
sponsored by McDonald's. I fucking love McDonald's.
look. There's a reason why McDonald's is successful. There is
Mac.
there's a reason. It's obvious, right? The biggest reason is the symbol. Everybody recognizes that symbol. Believe me,
yep.
everywhere. That symbol is in London specifically, where I live. They are they are everywhere. They are you cannot escape that symbol. They are everywhere. Believe me. And I don't know if you guys seen the movie how McDonald's became a big deal. Do you guys know about the story? I don't want to tell you guys.
Make
It's a long
what's it called? Make I know what you're talking about.
yeah, exactly. Like it's how he did it though. Like he technically uh, he stole the company, if you know what I mean. He
Oh
technically he
yeah,
did it in a he kind of did it in a very he did it in a legal way. It wasn't illegal, but technically it was just like but I mean without him though it would have never been successful because they didn't want to like branch out. You know, the creators of McDonald's, they didn't want to branch out and have many McDonald's, right? So this guy said, you know what, I'm gonna fucking take your company and just branch it out. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because the way he did it was kind of wrong in like you know what I'm saying he just took over the company. He said, "Fuck it, you guys, you guys cannot do anything about it. But here's a check for like I don't know how much it was for like 1 million, something like that." So they had no choice. They said, "Okay, so we don't have a choice, right? So now the company belongs to you. The name belongs to you, and this is all we have right now." And I said, "Yeah, that's it." And yeah, they had no choice but to sell the company.
That's
but I
messed
mean
up right there. But
these
that
fast.
right there is another sign of cognitive of empathy, not just interrupt. Music man, like because we were talking before you joined, Drago, how there's three different types of empathy, and you displayed one of them, cognitive, where you can recognize the emotions that the person probably, the people that had to sell it probably were in, because man, basically just you don't have really any say, so take the money or else you just don't really get anything in return. Like, what can you really do?
You can't do much about it, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, this person did see the vision. See, these two guys who owned McDonald's, they did not see the vision. He went inside and he noticed, he was like, wow, this company can be big. And he tried to open their eyes. He said, listen to me. Listen to me. I promise you, this business will be successful if you give me the chance. I promise you, everyone will know who McDonald's is. They said no. They said no. We don't want it. We don't want to branch out. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna go behind your back and take as much as I can. And he did it. I get it. It's a business. I understand, but it's just kind of like it's a little scummy, if you know what I mean. Like
It is
he
a
went
little scummy.
scummy. He went behind
See,
their back.
and
So
they have to do it for their own good. I mean,
no,
that's what empathy is you look at somebody and you're like, there's probably some part of them that's going, man, I fucking know this is wrong. I know it is, but I
I know.
have to do it in order to keep my own job. I have to keep it in order to, support my family, and that sucks. Like that's part of empathy that you have to understand,
I
and
get it.
that's a horrible way to look at it, but it's true. You have to look at them and go, man, I bet you there's a percentage of their mind that went, this is a
A
bad
little,
idea,
a little bit, yeah.
but
A little.
I have to do it.
No,
And
I
that's
agree. No,
empathy.
to be honest with you, look, but in life you have to take a risk. There's no risk, no reward. And in my opinion, what he did was right because if he didn't do it, nobody would recognize McDonald's. Nobody would recognize it. You know?
I
Yeah,
got a
it's
question though. Oh, sorry, you're gonna say something, man.
no. Let's go.
I was gonna say, do you guys, all three of you, Becca, Music Man, and Drago, do you guys think that people look at it as a risk to actually be empathetic to others? Do you think that, oh, I might be emotionally tied to this person longer than I want to be? For example, that
Oh,
you you actually help someone out for like a day or two, and then they expect you to be friends for like the next 3 to 6 months. Is that what a lot of people really fear, or is it that you have multiple types where they just don't know how to express and give empathy? Hey, what do you guys think personally? It's,
uh, exactly. Yes, but you hit the nail around the head. Uh, I mean, I worked at a mechanic shop, and I get it, man. Being like having your car fixed, like so expensive, and so I would cut deals, and I'd be like, like I have faith in you. I know this bill's a lot. If you please just come in and pay, you know, deals. Just work with me. Don't talk to anybody else. Just I will take care of you. Give me $200 a week, and we'll get your bill taken care of. And I got in trouble so much because my boss would be like, why did we let this person's car leave the lot when they haven't paid us? And I'm just like, I don't know, guys, I just get it. Like, it's hard. And only like 2 or 3 times did we not collect the whole bill. I ended up having to pay it. I don't care though, because I'll take care of anybody. Take it out of my paycheck, whatever. And then I get in trouble for that from my wife and from my boss. Be like, stop letting people take your money, like your paycheck. And I'm like, I just can't. Like, I have to. So, yes, there is a bad side to being extremely empathetic. There is a really bad side because you care too much and you can't control yourself. And that's
I
one of my
agree.
problems.
You should
um,
never you should never allow people to use your kindness for weakness. Do you understand? You know what I'm saying? Like only be kind to the people who deserve your kindness. Do you understand?
and
That's
that's what I'm getting at because Drago,
yeah.
you're right because Rebecca and Music Man, do you feel that the people that you help out, that if you took if you had a second chance, would you help them out? Would that be a lot of people or?
You go first. I don't want to call
Um,
but
I
you
don't
first.
really know, but
Oh, okay.
because I mean, I don't really talk to a lot of people, but
I mean, your past.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If there was a certain situation I can fix, like go back in the past and fix, I would definitely fix it. Because the way I reacted was out of pocket, but I had in my head for the way I reacted back then, Yeah, no, I really hurt the other person's feelings. And I didn't really realize that because I was like into my own head and I just got into this relationship and then got into that relationship around that time. So then I thought, because I just got out of a relationship where someone was like, doing things to me, cheating. So then I don't know the way I reacted and I didn't realize like I hurt that person's feelings. And then eventually I apologized, but she's being weird and all that. So I mean, I don't even talk to her like that. She doesn't talk to me anymore because now it's just awkward and everything. But yeah, I mean, I did my part. I apologize, but now she's being a fucking weirdo. So that's not on me.
Oof. Well, you did try to rectify the situation, so at least that's good on you.
She doesn't want to talk to me anymore. That's the problem. And I was like,
The
you know
thing,
what? I don't want to fucking talk. You don't have to fucking talk. I don't give a fuck
you know
anymore.
you know the type
What
of
were you gonna
people
say, Drago?
2 out of 3.
you know
When I
yeah,
say 2 out of 3 times when somebody like kind of took advantage of me at the shop, there were 50 people who were just would come in every week with $50 or 100 and be like, here, here's my money towards my bill, and it would get paid, so out of 60 or whatever, there were 2 or 3 that I had to pay for. But if you gain that relationship with a person where there's trust between both of you, and that's where empathy comes in, if you have faith in a person and they have faith in you, like you can just feel that. That's what empathy is. You feel for them and they feel for you. They're going to take care of you
it's
because
got to
you're
be
taking care of them. And so 2 out of 3, 2 out of 5 or whatever out of 50 or
yeah.
60, I'll take it. I'll take the gamble.
But the thing is, right, it's got to be reciprocated. Do you understand? Like no matter what, it's like the thing is, right, I don't like when people take me for granted. Do you understand? Because I'm a good guy, and if you take me for granted, it's over. You know what I'm saying? There's no second chance. Like for example, I'm willing to help you. Like if you needed money, for example, that's not a problem. Do you understand? And if you tell me you're gonna give me my money back within a week, I'll be like, no, that's no problem, right? But then when the time comes up and I ask you, okay, so do you have my money? If you say no, you don't have my money, I'll be like, okay, fine, I'll give you another week. Now, if I'll give you another week and you still don't have my money, then we have a problem. Then it's basically I'm gonna be like, okay, you know what? You're taking me for granted. You understand?
Um,
So this is the final time I'm gonna help you. Okay? I'm sorry, but you cannot just use me and walk away. Do you understand? You told me you're gonna give me my money on this specific day, okay? And that's how it should be, right? You know what I'm saying? I've done you a favor, you know? So a deal
yeah.
is a deal. That's just the type of guy I am. A deal is a deal. I'll give you another chance, but then eventually I'll have to stop and tell you, you know what? We have a problem. Do you understand? And that's it. And it's just like I don't like that. I don't like that. Like I will help you. It's not a problem. But you gotta be honest with me. Don't lie to me and tell me you'll be able to give me my money back at this specific day. I'll tell you I will tell you, listen to me. Don't lie to me. Be honest with me. When can you give me my money back? Okay? Just be honest with me. It could be a month, it could be 2, 3 months. Just be honest with me. It's all about trust. You know? That's
Yes.
what it's all about, trust. And if you break my trust, then I don't think I could ever trust you again. That's it. I'm like, listen, we can be friends. Don't worry about it. We're still friends, but don't ever ask me for a favor. You know what I mean? That's just how I am. I don't like to take risks like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not that type of guy. I just don't like to people bullshitting me. Do you understand? And also accountability. Do you understand? Look, we all make mistakes. Okay, we're human. But it's like I like people that take accountability. You fucked up, just be honest and say, look, I'm sorry for what I did. Okay? And that's it. I'll be like, okay,
Well,
that's fine.
and that's the thing. A lot of unempathetic people are not willing to do that. So when something happens to them, they expect others, and all those things that you mapped out. A lot of
But
people think that they know that, but they're not willing to do that.
but
And
the thing is,
just to let you, hmm?
sorry, go ahead, continue.
No, I'm gonna play these two voicemails because I forgot to play them. The first girl, Farrah, was just saying weird stuff. You left the voicemail. Well, sorry, we didn't play it, so I invited you. So Jose, we're gonna play Jose's.
The reason there's not enough empathy in the world is because we don't know people like that, and we don't want to know people. We're so hooked on our phones and attached to our own groups of people that talk like us, think like us, and do the same shit as us that we surround ourselves with these
Ooh.
people. We don't surround ourselves with anybody else because we don't know how they are. A guy next to me in the subway could be a rapist, a pedophile, crazy in the head, or something else. And the only reason why we want to get to know certain people is because we're sexually attracted to them.
Took a turn at the
That's
end,
true,
but
guys.
yeah, that's
Technically,
true.
no. That's bullshit. I'm gonna keep it
But
real. I
what?
don't know what he said. Sexually attracted. What does he mean by that?
But
Um,
he okay. If we just throw away the last 2 seconds, what he said
Exactly.
was really true. We're
Exactly.
yes,
afraid.
that's yes.
We're
I
we're afraid.
100% said the last 2-3 seconds I disagree. The rest I agree with him. That's fine, but I don't know what the hell he's talking about by sexually attracted. That made no sense.
Yeah, let's just throw that away. But
Mm,
Yes,
he,
let's throw that away. And I will say that that's why I had to ask that question to you. Is that why people aren't?
I mean,
Is
I
that one of
understood
the
the last
factors?
part, but
go
You
ahead.
did?
yeah, I
Yeah. Go
understood.
ahead, Becca.
So what he means by like sexually attracted, you know how like when you're starting to talk to someone or when you're dating someone or when you see someone and you're like, oh yeah, you know, like I want to fuck that bitch because she looks good, like sexually
So they just
attracted to.
stimulate you.
Yeah, basically something like that. Like you see someone that you're like sexually attracted to, that you would have those emotions for, other than like something kind of just like I would say like a fling. You know, when you're like sexually attracted to someone, you talk to them only for like sex and stuff like that. That's the person that you eventually you can start having feelings for because you're having sex because you're connecting that way. So sexually attracted in that sense.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for explaining that because when he said that at the end, I wish he left another voicemail to expand on what he wanted to say because
Yeah.
he definitely hit a lot of things in the money.
No, I agree. I agree. To be honest with you, he should like be a little bit more specific, like elaborate. But I mean, now we understand. I get it. You know, what I mean, in that type of way, yes, I get it. You know, what I'm saying, like, if you are sexually attracted to somebody, yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
And to tie it together, I mean, like he said, anybody could be, you don't know what they're going through. Could be a rapist, could be the greatest person ever. You don't know, or you're
Yeah.
like back there playing, you're looking at them sexually, but you really don't know their foundation, and that's why I explained. You heard Drago. You probably heard what I was talking about. My own experience. What the guy said about people being on their phones and everything. A lot of people don't realize that. Oh, this kid that I'm going to school with, he might have the same experiences as me, and that sounds broad. Like, oh, of course, not everybody has the same experiences as you. No, compared to the average kid, I didn't go to my first movie theater until I was 14 years old. Like my mom's coworker had to take me because I'd never experienced that. The only thing in my life was sports and school. I didn't really have that much of a nuance as people thought. And I didn't go to my first sporting event until my uncle. He's not my actual uncle. He's a Caucasian man he's one of the best uncles I ever had in my life. He took me to baseball games and stuff when my dad wasn't able to, and other family that was actually blood, the extended family that were here. But if I told people that, they're like, "Wow!" Like I just thought, like you just having two parents, like it was easy for you when really a lot of times I was a third parent. And
Yeah.
yeah, I really like what Jose said because a lot of people, if you just talk to them like you do, Drago, which I've done in my life too now, especially more, and
Mm.
Becca and Music Man, what you do for people, if they just do things for people or just talk to them for a certain amount of time, you can genuinely, I'm not saying you have a friendship or whatever, you'll create great karma and a great connection just off of that. And
Yeah, of course.
that's what the human society needs. Just good connection. Like the next time you see that person, their energy is gonna be better. They're gonna be friendlier. They're gonna be more willing to just be
I,
around
I
that space.
like, it makes a difference, even if you say a simple compliment. A simple
Hmm.
compliment, swear to God, it will make that person smile. If you just approach somebody, say, you know what? I like your hair. I like. jacket, whatever compliment, right? I promise you, they will remember that because remember that person might have never received a compliment in their life
Mm.
because they've had bad relationships. Because, like I said, we never know what that person is going through. So, for example, if you're
Ew.
sitting down, if you sit down next, if you're sitting down, whether it's at a bus stop or a train stop, wherever, and you notice somebody, you can just tell by the facial expression, right? If you notice that that person's unhappy, just approach them and just say hello and maybe have a little conversation because you don't know what they're going through, and that person will remember you.
And then, yeah, man,
That's
it's
all you.
better to create friends. It's so much better to create allies than enemies. People don't really understand that. it's it's like it's not even just to be beneficial for you. It's just to help other people because that person might, you never know, that person might end up just the next day saying,
Ah.
"Fuck it, I might shoot someone."
Oh my god.
Oh,
I'm not trying to make it
I love
extreme
that.
like that, guys, but you never.
That's why I was
Yeah.
always friends with a quiet kid inside of school. Always.
Oh my
Amen.
God, Becca.
I gotta keep
Yes.
somebody on my side, right? You never know. You go crazy, shoot up the sky. I'm on his
Well,
Yup.
side.
gotta
I'm
you
on
gotta
his side.
listen, you gotta watch out for the quiet ones, because God knows what they're thinking, you know what I'm saying? But it's true though. Like, look, the
And that's
people that get
horrible.
the people that get bullied at school, for example, because if those are the ones you have to be afraid of, because if that bully is going to continue bullying that person, one day that person is going to stand up and say, you know what, I had enough. I've had enough. That is it. And
Yup.
Hmm.
I guess, and in my opinion, that's one of the reasons. I'm sure there are other reasons. That's one of the reasons why there's a lot of mass shootings in America. That's one of the reasons. I know for a fact they get bullied,
That happened
and
in
they
my high school.
Oh, that
and that's
happened
the
in your
reason.
high school? Oh
Hmm.
shit.
See,
I'm
there you
sorry for
go.
cutting. Yeah, no, but I had a thing like that. It was my first year at high school, and he was a senior. He got bullied so much, and he was like 9/15/15 is the day everybody's gonna die. And it's crazy. I was walking in the hallway when he was in the hallway. I'm like, I didn't know if he had a gun on him or anything, but he was literally like, as somebody was next to me, they're like, "Oh, you know that's the guy that's gonna shoot up the school today." I was like, "What
That
the
was, did they really say that to you that
Yeah,
nonchalantly?
they whispered it to me, and I was like, "What the fuck?" They're like, "Yeah, so if anything happens, just yeah, I'm gonna grab your hand. We're running that way."
No, but
Oh
you
goodness.
need
Oh
to
God.
understand. You
Yeah, it was
cannot,
bad.
but you cannot blame that person. You cannot. You really can't. It's not that person, because imagine that person is getting bullied every day. That one day he's gonna say, "I do not give a shit. It is my turn to bully." Do you understand? It's gonna happen one day. What do you expect? What
Well,
do you think that
I
person's
just
gonna say?
don't want
Wait,
innocent
what?
people to get hurt, though.
it's important
Huh?
to make. It,
Oh, no, I'm
it's
just saying,
important.
oh, Drago, it's like you don't want innocent people to get hurt, though. That didn't have anything to do with it. You feel me?
No, no, no. I agree. I
He was
agree. I know
angry
that,
at everybody though. That's the
but they got
problem.
the
Oh
reason why they
God, that's the worst.
no, no. Listen to me. The reason why the person will kill people is because those people didn't do anything to defend
I
him.
knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna
But
say
it's the
that.
they
It's the
basically
truth.
decided,
It's the
oh,
truth.
they just sat on the bench and just watch this kid getting bullied every day. What do you expect? He's gonna say, well, you're part of the problem. You didn't fucking
I
stand
feel
up.
so
No,
bad because I
no,
didn't even know the guy.
nobody nobody stood up for me every
Mm.
fucking day from Monday to Friday. Every fucking day I was getting bullied for years. And you motherfuckers, you were and I guarantee you, quite a few of them were laughing at me, were fucking recording me on social media. You did nothing. So this is my fucking redemption.
That's
This is
that's where
my what do you expect?
that's
I'm
that's
sorry.
where
I'm
empathy comes
surprised.
in. You,
Surprised. I'm sorry. I am not surprised why this is happening. What do you expect? He's gonna say, you motherfuckers were just watching me. None of you decided to become a fucking human being and say, you know what? Stop. Enough is enough. Stop bullying him.
yes.
No, so you're gonna fucking die.
That's
That's
why
it.
I stood up for. That's why I stood up for people, man. I'm happy that people I went from elementary school. Like I tell Becca this all the
Amen.
time, guys. Not to cut you off, Draco. that I have friends from elementary school because I've always just been. I try to be. I'm not always. You can't always say that. I try to be a decent person most of the time and upstanding. Because I got bullied once and someone stood up for me until I had to stood up for my bully. But imagine the times before that I didn't help other people when they had issues. They probably wouldn't have done that for me at all.
Let me
You
tell you
know,
something. It, it,
it's just advantageous and generous just to just do things for others because you never
that's
know
what.
if you might be in that position.
Let me tell you
Yeah.
something. Let me tell you something. From the beginning, right? Imagine everybody was helping the victim, the person getting bullied. I promise you, there would not be no mass shooting. If everyone was helping the victim, I promise you, there would not be no mass shooting. I guarantee you that. But that's what I'm saying. People just, I know there's a lot of people out there, all these fucking students who have no empathy. They're just laughing at the victim, recording You've seen it on social media, you know? You've seen it on
Oh,
social
bro, we don't even want
media.
to talk about that, guys. Kids
Yeah.
Hold
today
on,
are worse than ever.
Boo.
hold on. Continue. Let me continue. The reason why bullies become bullies, you know the reason why they become bullies is because the family is bullying them. That's the reason why.
Yeah.
The parents are bullying them. Where do you think they get it from? They don't
That's
wake
so
up.
much.
They don't wake up one day. They don't wake up one day and say, "Oh, I'm just gonna bully somebody." No, it's because they take because obviously the son or the daughter cannot take their anger out on the parents, so they're gonna find a way to release the anger out on somebody who's weaker. That's the reason why.
Yep. Hey, real quick, I'm gonna spit it real quick and be out. My wife's
Okay.
coming home from a show. Uh, y'all are wonderful, beautiful. Thank you for talking to me. I just have to get a little snack ready. She has performed in a show. When she gets home, she gets hungry. So, gotta
No,
That's
no
cute.
problem, man.
yeah, I'm gonna head out so I can get her a little snacky snack. But I'm following all of you, and um, I'll be in touch with you guys. I hope everything goes good. Um, one thing I got out of all this is Warrior. You helped me understand the opposite of what I am, so thank you. Ray,
You're
your
welcome.
smile in your picture is exactly what you are, and
Thank
oh,
you.
Platanolover. Uh, your comments just are true. You and I are a little bit the same, and I respect that. Um, just love everybody, and Warrior, you continue to just give hard love. So,
It's
love you guys.
necessary. All right, man.
Good night.
Thank you, music.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Let me play this other message too by our
I was
listener,
gonna say I'm
by
gonna go
Empress.
too because my boyfriend's calling me. So good night, guys.
All right, good night, Becca. And before I head out of here, Drago, I gotta play this last message by our listener.
Greetings, beautiful souls. Peace to the panel. I think people are unempathetic because we are, at least in the United States, are just like preoccupied with narcissism. I'm sorry. People are like literally narcissists now. I don't know.
Yeah, what do you? Because you have you ever been to the States? Because in the States, it just seems as if a lot of people outside of the country that come here, they say that yes, Americans are very rude. Of course, they like the class, but it's really just rude in just all aspects when it comes to social norms, conversations, manners, you name it. And I think that ties a lot into the narcissism because it's a lack of caring about others. It's just about me, 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 I. And that's the thing that I don't like. What about you, Drago? Are you still there, bro? I think he might be out. Oh, you muted yourself, so you might be going some. You might be doing something. Okay, let me keep this going. This is such a great topic. Man, I had one more person I wanted to join on here, but they weren't able to make it. She's such a good person. I hopefully she comes back on the app soon. But I have another person I'm thinking about. Hey Draco, did you hear anything I said?
No, I was in the bathroom. Sorry, what happened?
Okay. No, so I was just telling our listeners how the voicemail I played was about narcissism in the United States, and I think that might be a correlation. Actually, I'm gonna just look it up right now.
Right.
Narcissism, because in the United States, if you've ever been here, a lot of foreigners will say that we're very rude. We think about ourselves a lot, and that's why when it comes to traveling, Americans are always making jokes about, "Oh, don't say that you're American to everybody else." Like that's a running joke.
Really? Okay. Well, I was not aware of that. Honestly, I've never been to America. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too much about America, but I mean, the only way to experience America is to live there. You cannot just experience it by just watching the media. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly, and I do like that viewpoint. But as an American, I will tell you, yeah, like not like I hate using that word a lot. Um, yeah, we do have a unwillingness to do that. And reading this article about do narcissists actually like empathy?
Mm.
It says that they're one of the distinctive features of narcissism. That lack of empathy is often considered to be that.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, like
like, that was a great point that you made, listener. Um, that was a really great point you made.
which one?
About like she was the one listening. She was the one that dropped the comment. The voicemail said that narcissism might be one of the reasons.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've noticed when it comes to narcissism, most serial killers are very narcissistic. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, like they love themselves so much. To be honest with you, it's crazy. You know? So yeah.
But I was gonna
But
ask another question to Becca before she left. What were you gonna say, brother?
oh, she left. Okay.
Oh no, they all had to leave. Becca. She had to talk to someone, and then the other guy, his wife. So relationships. What can you do?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it. I
Mm-hmm.
get. I've been there and done that. No, for me, honestly, when I'm in a relationship, I'm not gonna like abandon my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not that type of guy. I'm like, listen, if I'm gonna hang out with if I you think I'm gonna change just because I'm in a relationship with you? Get the fuck out of here. Listen to me. When I'm hanging out with my friends, leave me the fuck alone. Do you understand? You know what I'm saying? So it's like yeah, I will spend time with you when I'm spending time with you. Do you understand? Like I'm not gonna abandon you just because my friends they want to hang out with me. I'm not that kind of person. Okay, I'll hang out. I'll turn my
So,
phone. I'll turn my phone on silent. Okay, when I'm hanging out with you. Okay, no distraction. You know. But when I'm with my friends, I will tell you. And when I tell you, please don't cry like a little baby and say, "Oh my God, you're not giving me no attention." Blah blah. I don't need to hear that crap. Do you understand? Like I don't like that shit. It's fucking cringe. It's like listen to me. I don't like somebody to be clingy. Clinginess is I don't like it. Like if I'm spending time with my family and friends, it just listen to me, understand, okay, and respect my request. Okay, that's all you gotta do. Just say, okay, I understand. I'll talk to you later. That's all I need to hear. I don't need you to hear, oh my God, why don't you want to hang out with me? Blah blah. You know, believe me, that's how women are. I swear to God. They want the attention all the time. And some of them do get jealous when you're providing attention for your friends and family. Do you understand? It's like when you find somebody like that, run. Do you understand?
but I
Get the
will let you know. Like with them, they had good reasons because the other guy, he said his wife would just come back from a show, so normally that's what he does in order, to help her. And then Becca, she was on she doesn't live with her man, so that's just all. And I
look.
already told him I planned with Becca for this with you too, so that's
I
that's a good thing because most of my friends, I've had friends, bro, where you would have been mad where they just we're talking, boom, 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 and before even saying bye, don't say any of that. Say, oh, this is the reason, da da da. Like, at least give me a reason. Like my friend in real life, he just left. He's like, oh, just gotta go, and he just did that. It was like a cartoon. Got in the car and just left us. And we were just like, what? He just left like that? That's
right.
so rude.
Well, I mean. Why do you allow that bullshit? I don't seem to
Oh, we
understand.
didn't. Trust me. No, we didn't, and he hasn't done that since.
Good. No, you
Yeah,
gotta
no,
listen.
I'm not one of those people that tolerate that nonsense.
You gotta teach people a lesson. Do you understand? If you keep your mouth shut, how are they expect to know that you're not upset? Do you understand? Because I listen. If I'm your friend and you piss me off, believe me, I'm not going to allow that to happen ever again. Like, I will talk to you and I'll explain and make you understand that you hurt my feelings. Do you understand? You know what I mean? I will explain it to you in detail. So that means, you're not going to allow that to happen again. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the best thing to do. Like I've got good friends, but I've got some not very good friends, just like the high and by type of friends, hey, how you doing, blah blah blah, and then we basically don't really hang out, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, I have my own little like my inner circle of friendship, those kind of friends are the ones that I'm always going to be with, guarantee for life. Do you understand? But that the people who live outside of the circle, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. But I'm happy you're able to join this talk, though, man. I mean, this is a topic where it's been really bugging me lately. I thought, hey, everybody says I'm like the easy person to talk to, and for me, it's because I'm willing to listen. It's not that I just do because I want to. It's because I'm I'm willing, and I think a lot of people can do it more than what the statistics provide. I mean, prove. It's just that not everybody's a narcissist. Not everybody is apathetic, or they just don't have the ability to put themselves in someone else's situation. It's just that they just, this is gonna sound harsh, they're just like NPCs in a video game. They just have a script, and then they like a routine. They just follow it. They don't know how to break their programming, instead of just stepping outside of it and then just
Right.
looking at the world and be like, oh, this
But,
person isn't like everybody else. Maybe I
but
should really give it the time of day.
But Ray, you don't have to. Do you understand? Like, you're not obligated to do what what they want you to do. Your life is your choice. You do whatever you want. You could talk to whoever you want. You're not obligated to talk to them. If you don't want to talk to nobody, it's your choice. Remember, it's the choice of freedom. That's the whole point. Like, you're not obligated to talk to Becca. You're not obligated to talk to nobody. It's because you decide to talk to them, but you don't have to. That doesn't make you a bad person. You could just say, "Hey,
That's true.
it's my fucking choice. I don't care. It's
Mm-hmm.
my and then it's my life. It's my I can do whatever you don't have. It's like you cannot please everybody. It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has an opinion. Everyone has an opinion. If I say to you, for example, "Oh, I don't like you," right? That's my
Mm-hmm.
choice. That's my choice. It's the way I feel. Do you understand? That's me. It's not personal. It's just the way I feel. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. I cannot fall. It's not my fault that I don't like somebody. It's how I feel. You cannot control the way you feel. You listen to your feelings. Do you understand? You cannot control the
Mm-hmm.
way. You can. It's part of an emotion. Do you understand? Like, if you're gonna be upset, you're gonna be upset. If you're gonna be happy, you're gonna be angry. You're gonna be angry. You can't control your emotions. You can't force yourself and say, you know what, today I'm gonna be happy. You can try to be happy, but it's not a guarantee. You can try, but if you're
Yeah,
feeling
because there's something that can happen that day too that can cause you not to be happy.
exactly, it's something that we can't control. If you're gonna have a good day, you're gonna have a good day. If you're gonna have a bad day, you're gonna have a bad day. It's part of life. Your emotions are part of you. You can't just get rid of it. You can't just turn it on and turn it off. It's just how it is, man. You just have to learn to coexist with it, and you have to try your best, because at the end of the day, nobody wants to be upset. Nobody wants to be sad. Nobody wants to be angry. But one feeling that everybody wants to be is happy. And guess what? That is the most difficult feeling, the most difficult feeling to be. Everything else is easy. Being upset is very easy. Being sad is easy. Being angry is easy. But guess what? Being happy, you have to earn it. You have to earn to be happy. You can't just wake up and be happy. You have to earn it. Whatever that's gonna make you happy. A job that's gonna make you happy. Having a family that's gonna make you happy. Having a girlfriend, having kids. But all of that shit, you have to earn it. You don't have to earn to be upset, to be angry. You don't have to be depressed. You don't have to earn that. You could just wake up and just be it, and that's it. But you want to be happy? Oh my God, you got to work your ass off. You have to work your ass off. And to be consistent, you have to be consistent all the time. Because one little mistake, boom, you go back to the beginning. And that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have to earn to
No,
be happy.
I
That's the only way. You know what I'm saying? And some people, they struggle to be happy because of society. There are so many things that can make you unhappy. So many things. One of the biggest reasons why a lot of people are unhappy is because of money. Do you understand? And this is what I always say. You need money, but money doesn't need you. Whether we like it
very
or
true.
not, we need money. Even if you're homeless and you lost everything, right? You still need money. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? But money doesn't need you because it's always going to exist. But guess what? We're not always going to exist because one day we're going to die. So no matter what, money will always exist in 10,000s and years and years. So money is always going to last. It's always going to exist. Do you understand? And unfortunately, when it comes to money, corruption. There you go. See, it's not when people say money is the root of all evil, it's not the root of all evil. It's the people that's the evil, not money. Because money doesn't have a choice. It cannot speak. It's what you do with the money. You could be a good person with the money, or you could be a bad person with the money. It's your choice. You know what I'm saying? There we go. So that phrase, money is the root of all evil. It's not the root of all evil.
Yeah,
Bullshit, because I could be a good person with the money. I could be a good
yeah.
person. I can help people with the money. And that's exactly what I would do. If I became rich one day, I would help people. I'm a philanthropist. That's who I am. I like to help people as much as I can. Only the people that deserve the help, though. Don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? Only the people that deserve the help. But obviously, I would help my family. I'd buy them all houses, buy them this and that, everything they need. My niece and nephews, they will come first. Okay. Second, I would help.
Mm-hmm.
I would help my friends, family and friends. Those are the two people I would help. Then I mean, who else who I would help? I'll try to help as much as I can. You know what I mean? Like the people on the streets, I'll try to help them. You know what I'm saying? By buying them food, shelter, whatever they need. I'll try my best to help as much as I can. That's a good thing. See? But you could be an evil person with money. You could just, I don't know, buy human beings from human trafficking, buy drugs, buying weapons. You could be a horrible person with the money. So it's not the money's fault. It's not the money's fault. It's the people who have the money. Because money can
Like,
be because like I said, money doesn't have a choice, but you do.
mm-hmm. Because I'm gonna read this quote to you. Money doesn't change men; it merely unmasks them. That's a quote by Henry Ford. It's true
I agree.
because people really do show you who they are. I had one homie. He was
Oh
older than
hell
me in my
yeah.
college for
Hell
basketball.
yeah.
He told me that even though basketball is just a game, you get to see people who they really are in it, and
Mm.
that's when I realized, like, wow.
True color.
Because while people like to say, "Oh, someone's really competitive" or whatever, there's different ways to show it.
Oh,
Like
I
a
agree.
like a Steph Curry is very competitive, but he's still a decent, good person.
Good
So like someone that's a complete asshole, like maybe a Kevin Garnett, like you might know who that is.
I
Like
think
he's not a bad person, but you can see that he was a bully. Like, he was a bully. He
oh
was an
yeah.
asshole on the court, and you can see that he was a bully.
Yeah, money
And
basically
I mean,
it,
hmm?
money can reveal people's true colors. For example, right? You got to be in my opinion, I would keep my mouth shut if you won the lottery. Do you understand?
Oh, definitely. I wouldn't tell
Discre-
people. Yeah, no.
no. Discretion is the key of survival. Believe me. Keep your mouth shut and you will survive for a very long time. Because believe me, when you say to your friends, "Oh, I won the lottery," some of your friends might come up with a scheme by trying to fucking kill you to take your money. Believe me, I'm not joking. You don't know that, believe me. But trust me, it will change people instantly. A flick of a switch. Oh my God, my friend won $10 million, and some of your friends might come up with a fucking like a plan to get rid of you. Do you understand? They might sit down next. They might sit down in the meeting room. Okay, listen. Automatically, they're not gonna give a. First of all, they're not even gonna give a fuck about you. That's number one. They are planning to kill you. That's number one. Instantly, right? Without even thinking about the friendship that you've had with them for 20, 30 years. That will go out of the window as soon as you tell them, "Oh, I won the lottery." Money, I'm telling you, I swear to God, it can change people's mind instantly. Believe me, I've seen it in the movies, I've seen it in the TV shows, I've seen it in documentaries. I'll give you an example. Life insurance. You know how many people have killed?
Oh my goodness.
Let me
Mm,
tell you something. How
that's
many
true.
exactly. How many people have killed their fucking partner as soon as they found out they have life insurance? Literally 99.9% of the motive is life insurance. Believe me, I've seen a lot of crime documentaries on YouTube, on Netflix, and I've seen a pattern. That is the motive why the wife or the husband have killed their fucking partner. It's because of life insurance. I swear to God, it is deadly. Money is deadly. It reveals that person's true colors. I'll give you an example. Like this person was with his wife, and obviously, I don't know how long they found out the husband had the wife discovered that he has life insurance. This guy was paranoid, right? He was thinking, every time my wife cooks for me, I start to feel sick. Every single time I'm feeling sick, I'm feeling sick, I'm feeling sick. And then he said to his friend that I'm starting to think my wife is trying to kill me, right? His intuition was warning him, hey, your wife is trying to kill you. But unfortunately, he ignored the red flags. He assumed, oh, I'm paranoid. At that one moment, though, that one moment, that's when he realized his wife was trying to kill him. But unfortunately, he didn't listen. And guess what happened? He died. His wife was trying to kill him because of life insurance. That's just a little example. That's just a little tiny example, right? Listen, let me tell you something. He's lucky the way he died. He's very lucky. He died in a very like painless way, right? It's very slow but painless. Believe me, the other people, the way they died, the husband and the wives, very deadly. A gunshot, a knife, all types of fucking instruments. They've died in a very painful way. He died in a very painless way. But life insurance, man, I'm telling you, if you ever gonna get married, don't fucking get life insurance. I swear to God, don't. It happens all the time. All the fucking time. That's what happens, man. Money. Be careful. When you have a lot of it, keep your fucking mouth shut. Don't even tell your wife. Don't. People change. They are willing to and they assume that they get a listen to me. You know the reason why Jack the Ripper nobody knows the reason why Jack the Ripper got away with it? You know the reason why?
Why?
You know who Jack the Ripper is, obviously. The infamous killer,
Well,
right?
yeah.
Everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
You know why?
I want you to.
I'll tell you the reason why. Because back then there was no technology. There was no technology. It was centuries ago. There was no surveillance cameras. There was no electricity. There was no mobile phones. There was no internet. Back then you can get away with anything. You try to get away with murder now, good luck with that because there are millions of cameras everywhere. In London specifically, there's around 5 million surveillance cameras in London. So good luck with that. You will never get away with murder. But back then, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can get away with murder centuries ago, like the 18th century, the 17th century. You know what I'm saying? You can get away with murder because there was no fucking technology. It's very easy. So there you go.
And the thing is that that's why with how social media is and the advent of internet usage and more access to it, all this stuff that happens to people, do you think it's like it's actually getting worse, or has it just always been there? As you said, that it was just easier just to do it back then.
What do you mean by this?
That, as you're saying, that back then it was easier for people like serial killers to just do all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fucked up shit they were doing. Do you think that it's the fact that social media and the internet is being accessible for other people, that people are actually not realizing that it's not that it's growing, it's that it's always been there. It just happens to be that we're seeing it more.
I think it's
That
always, I think it's always been there. It's always
hmm
existed. You know, it's just that, you know, it was always hidden. Do you understand? Because you don't
hmm
know, because when you're a child, you don't know if you're going to become a serial killer or not. Nobody,
hmm
nobody plans to become a serial killer. Nobody does. It just happens. It's because I think the main reason why a lot of serial killers become serial killers is because they've had a violent childhood. That's one of the reasons.
yeah. Did you ever watch the documentary of Jeffrey Dahmer on Netflix? I didn't get a chance to.
Um, no, I did not, to be honest with you. I mean, I've been meaning to check it out, to be honest with you, but I
Me
don't know.
too. Me too.
I don't know why. Listen to me. I've been very distracted. Do you understand? Because I watch a lot. When it comes to entertainment, I watch a lot of like, you know, Netflix and you know the streaming services. You know, I'm a cinephile. Do you understand? I love watching movies, whether I go out and watch a movie in a cinema or at home. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I do love watching TV shows and movies. But for whatever reason, I got distracted, and I don't know why. Because there was one time where everybody was talking about this documentary, and I was like, I mean, I already know the ending to the story, so I wasn't in a rush. I already knew what happened. He's dead. They caught him. So I was thinking to myself, well, it's kind of ruined for me because I already know the real story. So if I watch the documentary, I already know what's going to happen in the end. You know what I'm saying? I just don't seem to understand why they glorify these type of stories. You know what I'm saying? It's just pure glorification. Like I don't get it. I know they do it for the business. I know it's money, but I feel sorry for the victims. You know what I'm saying? Because now
Yeah.
they're gonna kind of like it's giving them flashbacks. Do you understand? When they discover, oh my God, the ones that survived, for example, or of a serial killer. You know, the victims that survive. This is gonna give them fucking PTSD. You know what I'm saying? It's just glorification. It is glorification. I swear to God. I just don't like it. It's fucked up. Do you understand? You know? But
And this is
but it's business, I guess. It's business. Business is
and
business.
that's the thing,
They
though,
don't give a
man.
fuck. They don't care. Do you think
That's
Netflix
the
give a
thing.
fuck?
No, they
They
care for the bottom dollar, man.
they
So
don't
all these movements that they try to act like they're cool with, no. Like all these companies, they don't care. They just
don't
want
care.
to put in a lot of money and then get the most money out of that investment. And so you're right,
They don't give a
and that's the
fuck.
problem.
Example, if I approached a person and I told him, hey, listen, you and I we don't know each other, but I'm giving you a proposition, right? Now, as you can see, I have a suitcase. Now, inside of the suitcase, there's around 10 million, right? 10 million. Okay? I'll give it to you. It's legit, it's real. You don't have to sign no contract. Belongs to you. But I want you to kill somebody. Believe me. Now, I'm going to get declined quite a few times, but there's going to be that one person who will accept that request. Believe me. There will be that one person. It's going to happen.
Yeah,
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get declined many times, but believe me, that one person who's like genuinely a psychopath, right, on the inside, right? Because you got to watch out for the ones that are, you know, the wolf in sheep's clothing. Do you understand? That's the type, that is the brand that the evil people wear. Do you understand? The sheep's clothing.
You gotta be friends with the quiet people. That's honestly when it comes to observations and analysis like that, yeah. But there's so many other factors with others that people don't even know that there's people that right now that are doctors, they're working in supposedly great professions, and they might be doing some dirt that you couldn't even comprehend. They
Yeah,
might be on
listen.
stuff. There might be substance abuse. They might just have a mental illness that they're able to mask for such a long time that people
Yeah,
people won't
yeah.
even realize until they actually get them diagnosed.
I know, I know. I mean, like,
Like that show Dexter, man. That show Dexter was crazy to me when I was younger. I said, "Wow,
I
like
know.
this can't just be based. This can't just be something that people made up. Like there has to
Oh,
be
no,
someone that's done this
it,
before."
it, look, it's not based on a true story, but it does happen.
Yeah,
It does
exactly.
does happen. So
Mm-hmm.
technically,
It's not.
it is based on a true story because it does happen. I mean, right now, there are so many serial killers who have not been apprehended. There are many serial killers right now, as we're speaking, who are still getting away with murder. They just haven't been caught. Because a lot of people underestimate serial killers. They are very smart people. Like Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy was very intelligent.
Yes, yes, you're right. He was. I knew you were gonna say
Right?
that. He
Never
really was.
never underestimate serial killers. Do not they may be crazy, but they're crazy smart as well. Do you understand? They have very, very high IQs. That's the reason why they've been getting away with it for months and years. Because they're smart. They can outsmart anyone. They have very high IQs. That's what makes them dangerous. It's because they're intellectual.
That's no, that's true. And I wrote an article, by the way, man, where it's. I'll send it to you. I'll debrief you a little bit about this neonatal nurse, and what that is that her job is to make sure that the babies after they're delivered are safe and healthy before they're given back to the parents. And what
Right.
she did was so messed up, man. Where they found out a few years afterwards, and unfortunately it was too late because about 10 kids were almost murdered and seven were actually so.
Yeah.
And it happened back in 2015 to 2016. It's in England. You might have heard about it.
I mean, there was a specific doctor who was a psychopath. Like, he was a very old man. Like, he had a white beard. He looked like fucking Santa Claus, but he was a very infamous killer. So I think
Hmm.
I don't think no, he was a British doctor. I don't think that's the one you're talking about. But no, he was
No, it
very
was a nurse.
right, right, right. Okay, I understand.
I sent it to you because when I love how all the things we were saying actually correlates to unempathy. Because when I
Yeah,
saw your post about King Leopold II, man, I wrote a story about him, and I got about 10,000 views on Google because a lot of people just don't know. They don't know that, wow, like they talk about all these other groups that have had human rights violations, but they're not going to talk
mm,
about the Congolese. And the Congolese are still going through it badly to this day. Me and my dad were watching a mini documentary talking about how you got people in Congo going and mining. They're going and mining cobalt and all these
oh, oh,
resources, man.
oh, I listen when you talk about Africa. Believe me, I know so much. I know
Hmm.
so much. Like, I think we did have a conversation about this. All these Africa has
Yeah, we did.
suffered.
We
Let me
did.
tell you something.
We did.
Africa, let me tell you
Hmm.
something. Black people, oh my God, we fucking suffered. Like, goddamn, we understand. the definition of the word torment, suffer, struggle. If you do your research about Africa, yo, that's when you will understand. That's when you will understand. Because let me tell you something. A lot of people don't understand that Africa is not poor. The people are poor. Africa is the richest continent. The
Hmm.
richest continent. It has pure resources. Cobalt, cocoa, tea, coffee, gold, diamond, the richest resources. Now, these motherfuckers discovered this, and guess what? All of these Western fucking countries were like, oh, okay, well, we can invade their fucking continent because we clearly have power and connection and money, and that's something that they don't have. So we're gonna take this advantage and fucking go inside, beat the fuck out of them, and take whatever we want. Now they can try to negotiate with us, but we're gonna bribe the government because they try to because obviously now these people when they're discovered, right? These resources. You think to yourself, well, why didn't they take full advantage, right? Why didn't they like try to make Africa better when they just with their own people? Why didn't they take advantage and try to make Africa better? Because whenever they try, they fucking get assassinated. That's the reason why. The Westerners don't want Africa to be rich. They don't want them to thrive and be a better people, better life. They don't want that shit. They clearly don't. They want to invade, take as much as they want. Clearly they can't do it without bribing. They can't do it like in a very legit way. No, it's not. They can't do it so they have to bribe motherfuckers. They bribed their own people, their own fucking people, right? They bribe the politicians, the government. They bribe them. Hey, listen, now you have two choices, right? We can either invade the continent Africa and take whatever we want, or we can either do it the easy way or the hard way. Now you can work with us, right? We'll give you this amount of money, work with us, keep your mouth shut, don't say a word, right? And then give us the connections. That's what we need, okay? That's what we need, the connections, okay? Just like the paperwork. Just hide the paperwork. Do you understand? Just hide the paperwork. Shut the fuck up. Don't tell anybody. Hide the paperwork. We'll give you the money every month, right? Work with us and you're going to be rich, okay? All right, no problem. Just shake hands and there you go. That's it. It's that simple. Believe me, it's not difficult. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be a rocket science. When you're a rich person in a Western country, it's fucking easy. Why? Because money talks in every language.
Hmm. And
In
that's a
every
third thing, man. That's
language.
actually a
Money
third
talks.
thing.
It doesn't
Like,
matter where you're fucking from. It doesn't matter if you're from the 7 continents or the 200 countries around the world. Money talks in every fucking language. It doesn't matter. Everyone has a price. Everyone has a price. People will sell their fucking kids. They will sell their kids to get the money. Believe me. I swear to God, you can change somebody's mind instantly. I promise you. And that's why Africa, it is the way it is today. It's because a lot of people have been bribed. They
yes,
bribe.
and this is the thing too. A lot of people, they don't. It's not even just being bribed. The third type of people there is that they have something and they immediately go to them in order to make a profit for themselves or their people. You know,
Listen,
everybody else, the majority, you get fucked over.
listen to me. What can you do if you're an African citizen? What power do you have? You ain't got no power. You're just an African citizen. These motherfuckers, all these white people, you're like, whoa, what the fuck is this? It's like to the Africans, the white people are like fucking aliens. They're like aliens. Like, wait a minute. Why are there so many white people coming to our continent? What is going on? You don't even understand. You're like a normal citizen, and you notice that these motherfuckers bring in all their constructive machines, you know, the vehicles, the bulldozers and the construction machines. They're bringing them all from the Western countries, and they're digging and digging in your neighborhood. They're digging in your neighborhood. What can you do? You're like, what? What is this? They're taking over. What's going on here? You have no power. Go ahead and try to fight back. Good luck with that. What are you gonna do? You can't fight back. They'll kill you. You know, you're just a normal person to them. You're nothing. These motherfuckers have been doing this for fucking years. Let's talk about Shell, huh? Let's not talk about Shell.
Yeah.
Shell is the biggest criminal that's destroying Africa. Shell. Do you know the things that they've done? You know, Shell, the oil
Oh,
company.
yeah,
You've
I
heard of.
know. Trust me. Like, oh yes.
I'm glad that you understand. I'm glad you're a smart person. I'm glad that you know what they're doing.
Oh no, no,
I don't have to
no,
elaborate.
because you don't know why. You know why? Because I don't know if I told you, but I have family in Africa. Like, I'm a first generation Cameroonian, so me
Yeah,
and my dad always talk about what's going on in Africa.
yeah, I'm Somalian, man. I'm African as well. You know what I'm saying? And it
Oh,
sucks
you're
what they.
wrong too. Oh, that's
Yes,
cool.
Somalian. I'm African, motherfucker. Yes, I am. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah.
Somalian. It's crazy, man. Because I'm so used to seeing Ethiopians and Nigerians. So I've only seen very few Somalians in my life.
No, there's a lot of
Hmm.
There's a lot of Somalians in London. A lot. Like we're everywhere in London. You know what I'm saying? We are every. Believe me. And let me tell you something. Somalians are like the most friendliest people. We are so fucking friendly.
Oh
I
yes,
promise.
yes, you're not wrong about that.
We're
I
very
had a
friendly.
homie. I had a homie playing basketball, and we were talking trash and everything. And after like the games, like he was like, "Bro, like I fuck with you." And he was actually so nice to this one dude that was just being a dick to him for 6 months. He's like, "Bro, like, is he really this much of a jerk?" I'm like, "Yeah." So that told me there. I'm like, "Wow,
We are very
like
friendly.
he." Hmm?
No, no. See, I understand what you mean. I see you agree with me because you've experienced it that we are friendly. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah, like he was really genuinely surprised after 6 months. I was like, first of all, most people after about 6 minutes, if someone just keeps being addicted to them in just one environment, and they have to consistently be around them, like they
yeah,
just
yeah,
want to beat them up. So the fact that
yeah,
he
yeah.
had that kind of nature was really
No,
impressive to me.
we're not like that. We don't have violence in us. You know what I'm saying? We're not that kind of. I don't know about the other Africans. You know, there are like fucking. There's like, if I remember correctly, there's 52 countries in Africa. I think around 52 if I
53.
remember. 53, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So, hey, listen, I've never been to any other African countries, but I don't know how friendly or unfriendly they are, but I know my people, we're friendly, yo. You know what I'm saying? You go to Somalia, yo, you're going to be treated like a fucking king over there. I tell you that. Treated like a king. Believe me. So we're cool, man. Trust me. It's just unfortunate.
I take your word for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's just how we are. But I mean, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what can I do as an African person? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Africa will always get invaded. It's always going to get invaded. You know what I'm saying? Like, when God created Africa, it's like he knew what he was doing. He knew. He provided everything for Africa, for the Africans. But unfortunately, when the Westerns discovered how pure Africa is, they took over, man. They fucking took over. You know?
Yeah, the
And
race for Africa, man. That
yeah,
was oof.
it's fucked up because you see, like the material cobalt, right? The material. You see all these motherfucking kids, the African little kids are working in the mines, right?
It's
They're
one of the
working.
most precious metals in the world, man.
Yo, I've seen them like 3, 4 years old. They're working in the fucking mines. We don't listen to me. Listen to me. We listen. We
I'm
you and
listening. Trust me.
listen. You and I, and millions of people around the world. We don't know we don't see what's happening behind the scenes. We don't see the iPhones we're carrying. Like everybody has an iPhone, but does everybody know how do phones get invented? Like the cobalt. Do you understand? That's what we need, you know? But a lot of people don't do their research. For example, you go to McDonald's, you eat a Big Mac, right? But you don't see the beginning process of a Big Mac, do you? Like how the cows and how the cows and the chickens get slaughtered. We don't see none of that. All we do is go to McDonald's. Yeah, can I have a Big Mac? No problem. Boom, we eat that shit. But do we see the process of them getting slaughtered? We don't. It's the same principle of how the cobalt and the diamonds and the cocoa beans and the fucking tea and coffee, how the process starts from the beginning, how all these people are struggling to satisfy us. You know, it's for our own benefits. We go to Starbucks and get a cup of coffee. Do we look at the coffee and say, I wonder how this process began? Okay, you know what? I want to go to Africa and speak to the employees and ask them, each and every single one of them, from the beginning to all the way to Starbucks. I want to know how it all begins. Nobody makes that type of journey. Nobody wants to even understand. Nobody cares. Do you understand? All they care about is buying. Buying the iPhones, buying the coffee, buying the tea, buying the fucking diamonds. Nobody cares about the process. Nobody cares about those Africans struggling to satisfy our needs. Nobody gives a shit about that. Nobody cares.
Man, whew. By the way, in America, because of all the programming that we received, when people see all those Red Cross, all um, those help organizations for struggling people. For example, in Africa, when they show the kids with the bellies that are bloated because they're not. This means they're not getting nourishment, and people usually make fun of that. They make jokes about people. It's like if they look sick, they're like, "Oh, you look like a poor African kid,"
I
and it's just like, "Come on, guys, that's not funny. That's actually just not funny. Those are kids." Like, stop making rude correlations just to get a joke out of someone. It starts like
Ray,
that, and
Ray.
when you say jokes like that, it festers in your mind and your subconscious, and you just start thinking like that,
See, the thing is,
especially all
Ray,
that imagery.
look, we need to look. You need to understand. Unfortunately, people like that will always exist, and we have to coexist with people like that. There's nothing we can
Oh
do
yeah,
about
no, no,
it. Understand? There's nothing we
you're
can.
right, but it's like a majority. It's
I
like to me,
know
it just
they are
it
everywhere.
seems.
No, no, I know that. That's the world we live in. They are everywhere. Why do you think evil is winning? Why do you think it's always winning and it's always evil has never lost? Evil has never lost. You need to understand this information. And evil will never lose because unfortunately, evil can easily corrupt anyone, anyone from around the world. Corruption is always going to exist. Criminals will always exist. Whether we like it or not, serial killers will always exist. Pedophiles will always exist. Child predators, psychopaths, corruption is always going to exist. You know why? Because when corruption exists, money exists, and corruption is lucrative. It's lucrative. You can make so much money by being corrupted. Do you understand? Easily make money. Why do you think? Okay, I'll give you a question. Why do you think criminals are rich?
Why,
Why
man?
do you, yeah, answer this question. Why do you think criminals are? Go ahead.
Because there's always. It's gonna sound fucked up. There's always some way to make money off of people. People are willing to do things that they shouldn't do. Like, okay, for a criminal that's a drug dealer, there's
Ray,
always
Ray,
there's
Ray, Ray,
always
Ray, Ray,
supply.
Ray, Ray, that's not the answer. That's not the answer.
Oh no, no, no! I'm giving you. Wait, hold on. Let me talk. So for criminals, there's different type of criminals.
Ray, Ray,
If you
Ray, Ray,
want the
Ray,
full
Ray.
answer, is because
Let me get straight to the point. That trust me, you're going the wrong direction. I will tell you. I will tell you. You know, the reason why they are rich is because they don't pay tax.
it's not just that. No, because
That
when it comes to criminals, it's because they're doing immoral things. Like
that
you know, how many people stick
oh
people
no
up,
no 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 no
and
no. That's the obvious reason. That's everybody knows that. But
well, yeah.
criminals don't pay tax. Do you understand? I mean, think about it, right? Now you become a criminal. You become rich. You're making thousands a month, right? Now you get apprehended, right? You get apprehended, you go to jail, you serve your time. You serve your time. So you say to yourself, all right, I've been released, right? It's been 10 years. Okay, now I'm a citizen. I serve my time. Okay, I'm going to find a normal job. Now imagine when you were a criminal, you were making, say, 20,000 a week. $20,000 a week, right? You will never make that amount by finding an ordinary job. You will only make about how much a week you will make? I don't know, 200. So do you understand the temptation of becoming a criminal once again when you're only making like 200 a week when you were making around 20,000 a week? Why do you think there's a lot of repeat offenders? Why do you think a lot of criminals go back to jail? That's the reason. It's temptation, man.
Temptation, man.
That's the reason.
Oof.
Because think about
I
it.
was well,
Think about it. You're working at McDonald's every day, and you think you're gonna go back thinking 10 years ago I was making fucking 20,000 a week, and look at me. This is embarrassing. That's gonna destroy your ego. Your pride and ego is gonna be destroyed. You're gonna be like depressed and unhappy. You're gonna think to yourself, I can't do this anymore. I cannot even barely pay the fucking rent. You're gonna be depressed, and that's why you're gonna say to yourself, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go back to my old ways." Bad habits die hard. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go back to your old ways. You're gonna try to connect with your old homies and say, "Hey, listen, are you guys still connected?" And so and so, and then you're gonna go back to becoming a criminal because because you could be earning so much more. It's embarrassing. You're earning what, fucking 200, 300 a week when you could be earning 20, 30. You know what I'm saying? That's just an example. But that's one of the reasons why criminals are rich, because the money goes straight in their pocket. Straight in the pocket. The government is taking so much money from you. You're like, fuck the government. Fuck the government. You're not taking my money. I'm going to become a criminal, and then the money's going to be mine 100% pure. Do you understand? That's one of the biggest reasons why a lot of people become criminals. And that's why they're rich. There are other reasons, but that's the biggest reason, because they don't pay tax. It's cash. Do you understand? Pure cash, man. Cash is king.
it really is, unfortunately. And that's why you know that we live in a materialistic world. Oof.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm not surprised why there's like a lot of repeat offenders. I'm not surprised because, to be honest, I would be tempted to go back to the criminal world. I would be tempted. I'd be like, fuck this bullshit. I cannot even barely pay my rent. Why do you think a lot of women go to OnlyFans?
Money.
Exactly. They don't care about their pride, self-respect. They don't give a shit about that. They cannot pay the rent, so they're like, fuck it, I'm gonna fucking use these pathetic weak simps. They're gonna donate their money. I'm gonna be making thousands a month instead of making hundreds a month. I'll be making thousands. All I have to do is be a whore. And that's it. It's very simple. But obviously, there's a lot of, you know, negatives of being an OnlyFans, like your friends and family might disown you and say, "Fuck it, we don't want to talk to you anymore," and you're gonna lose like all your friends and family, which is a lot to some people. So, but to a lot of people, they don't have family though. So if you don't have no family, no friends, you have nothing to lose.
Mm, that's man, brother. I can't really disagree with a lot of things you're saying. I'm proud that as an African that's in London, you care about the people in Africa. You care about what doing what was wrong, about what was wrong, and trying to do what's right. And the fact that you're at least educated on what you're saying too. You're not just spouting off whatever
No,
you just feel.
no, I got receipts, man. You know what I mean? Whatever, it's facts, yo. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. I do my research, man. I'm not just an ordinary citizen, man. I am quite intelligent. You know what I'm saying? So I do know what I'm talking about. I mean, hey, listen, you could always check it out yourself on Google, man. It's got all the information you need. But I mean, there's not much I can do as a citizen. Like, what can I do to? I mean, what am I supposed to do? Go to Africa and try to save their life? I can't do much about it. It's the money, it's the power, the connection. Then yeah, you can do a lot when you have money, power, and connection. That's what it's all about.
That's true.
If you have I said like like MP, people say NPC. I say M with the letter MPC, money, power, connection. If you have that, you can genuinely change the world. You really can. But that's what you need, man. You need the connections. You can't do it alone. You need the money. You need the resources. You have to have money. And you need the influence, which is power. So you have to have all that. Then you could pretty much get away with anything. And that's it.
Just another thing though is that I like the way that you phrase it, NPC. But in a world like that, even if you have money to do good, there's so many out there that they want to do bad, and they
I know that.
want bad because a lot of people they make money off chaos. Because
Yeah.
all these riots, all these things such as the Black Lives Matter movement, when the whole thing in Charleston happened in the South,
All that.
that drove nothing but attention, and that drove more eyes, and that's what got all these white supremacists or Black Lives activists. That's how
But
they're able
tell you
to
something.
expand more in their movement.
But you need to understand there's a difference between the in front of the camera and behind the camera. There's a difference. People act differently in front of the camera and behind the camera. Completely differently. In front of the camera, they have a script. Do you understand? The words are constructed. You know, all these corrupted people, they own the media. They own the media, all the news. So that means the words can be constructed easily because powerful companies, for example, Amazon, for example, they own the media, man. They own certain percentage of the media. Do you understand? So they pay off the media whenever there's like bad information about Amazon. I mean, they pay off the media. I'll give you an example. You've heard of the movie Freedom of Sound, Sound of Freedom, right?
Yes.
There we go. Do I need to say any more? Do I need to say any more? You know what I'm saying? Do I
No,
don't I
you don't.
say I don't need to say any more. You know what's going on. They are trying their best for no one to watch this movie. I'm telling you, for 3-4 years, they had the script. They'd done the movie 3-4 years ago. They spoke to all the streaming services, Netflix, Amazon, Hulu. They were all turned down. You know why they were all turned down? Because they are part of the fucking problem. They are all
Yep.
connected. They are part of the human trafficking.
It's too connected to people that know they're involved in
They
that.
are all connected. They don't want to fucking snitch on themselves. They don't want to snitch on themselves. Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, Amazon, they were like, nope, we don't want none of this. Okay, I know what you're trying to do. I agree. You're trying to spread awareness. Okay, but we're part of this. We want this to happen. Okay, we are sick individuals. We are huge organizations, all connected around the world. We want this to happen, so we're gonna have to decline your offer. That's why they were declined many times. I'm telling you, we live in this fucked up, evil world where many companies, many people around the world want this to happen. They want little kids to get raped and sold. You need to understand, people need to wake up and realize that's the world we're living in. Why do you think evil will always exist and always win the battles? Okay? They will always win the battles because we live in a fucked up world. You're trying to do something good. Guess what? No one's going to pay attention to you. Nobody. 3-4 years they were trying to release this movie. 3-4 years. It's not a new movie. It's not new. People need to understand that. They were declined so many times. They don't want this to happen. And if you see on social media, believe me, it's, oh my God, a lot of fucking customers, they go to like, in the cinema in America, for example, they deliberately, intentionally, like turn off the aircon, right? They're trying to make the customers uncomfortable so they can leave. So there was one customer on TikTok saying, oh, they automatically refunded our money. We didn't even ask for it. I'm like, huh? Why would they do that? Because they don't want them to watch the truth. One time, they turned off the aircon and turned on the heat. No. They didn't turn off the aircon. They increased the heat of the aircon to make people feel uncomfortable. That's what they did. They want. You know what they fuck? Listen to me. Oh my God, these people are fucking dangerous. They are everywhere. these organizations are telling the cinemas to make the customers as uncomfortable as possible. Yes, the movie is released. They had the rights to release the movies, but the only thing we can do is try to make the customers as uncomfortable as we can. So they're telling the cinemas, they talking to them on on the phones. You know, the managers, they're telling them, listen to me, we're gonna pay you this amount. We want you to make them uncomfortable. Turn off the aircon, make up any excuses for them not to come, refund their money, any excuses. We don't want people to know. But guess what? They won. Finally, they actually won the battle because this movie was a success. It was successful. It made money. And I'm proud of that shit. I'm proud. I don't even know who they are, but I'm so proud that this movie is successful. Thank you to all the people that paid for the ticket. Thank you. For once, evil lost the battle. This is the only time when evil lost the battle because it was so successful. It even beat Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones, you would think that that movie is going to be successful, right? It's a huge franchise, but
Yeah.
it beat Indiana Jones financially. So I was thinking to myself, thank you. I don't fucking care about Indiana Jones. Let me tell you something. When this movie gets released in the UK, I swear to God, I'm gonna spread the fucking news. I'm gonna tell everybody, watch this movie. Fuck every other movie. Fuck the new movie by Christopher Nolan, the Oppenheimer movie. Fuck Barbie. Fuck any movie that's coming out. This movie is so important. You need to wake up and realize this is the real world we're living in. This is not fictional. This is real. I'm gonna tell my friends about it. This is the only movie I fucking care about. The only one. The world we live in is disgusting, man. Kids are getting kidnapped every fucking day. Every day from every country, from every nation. They're getting kidnapped. As a parent, you better watch your fucking back as a goddamn parent. Do not be irresponsible. Don't fucking just walk away from your kids. Even if they are just at the backyard of your garden, don't leave your fucking eyes off them because it takes a split fucking second. That's all it takes, and your kid is gone, and you will never see your kid. And your kid is gonna grow up and gonna get raped and gonna get sold and raped and sold. That's what's gonna happen. That's the real fucking world we live in. It wouldn't surprise me
Guys,
if
by the
it
way,
would.
what
Wait,
Draco's saying
wait,
is really,
wait.
really true.
Let me listen to
This
me,
is
Kev.
one.
Listen to
This
me.
is one.
Listen
No,
to
no,
me,
I am
Ray.
listening. No,
Ray.
Draco, hold on. I am listening to you. Don't always say that because I'm the one that listens, and I know you're used to talking to
I,
people that
I'm
don't
just
listen.
Ray, please listen to me. I'm letting you know, I'm giving you a heads up. This could be the last time you might hear my voice because you don't understand. Stereo might hear my voice and find out, oh my God, he knows about this the Sound of Freedom movie. And obviously you might never hear from me ever again. I could get banned. That's what happens when you tell the fucking truth, when you reveal the truth. But I'm not afraid. I don't give a fuck. It's just an app. I'm just letting you know that it was good. It was good getting to know you. That's all. I might get banned. Just letting you know that. Okay? That's it.
Okay, that's actually yeah. By the way, listeners, I've lost. There's about two people on this app that got shadow banned that I talked to religiously on here when I first came back 2 months ago, and they're nowhere to be found no more. It's actually really, really sad. So yes,
That's why.
Drago, like
See, the thing, right? It's
yeah.
so This is the world. Since I was a teenager, I just never understood why. This is what I say. Why is it bad to be good? Why is it a bad thing to be good? Why is it bad to be good? It doesn't make sense, right? Because you would assume by telling the truth, by being a good person, right? It's a bad thing because you don't get rewarded by being bad. But you don't get. Hold on, I'm being too passionate. I need to calm down. Fucking, it's the amount of reward when you're a bad person. You get so much reward by being a bad person. You get the fame and the fortune by being connected with the Illuminati, right? If you're connected with the Illuminati, they will give you everything you need. The money, the fortune, the fame, and the clout and all that shit. You get everything, right? Everything you want. Sell your fucking soul to the devil, you get everything you want. But guess what? Being a good citizen, right? All the bad people are gonna attack you. All the organization, the people that are connected, they're gonna attack you and keep your mouth shut. And you wait, and
Drago.
you say to yourself, hold on a sec, what am I doing wrong? I'm doing the right thing. I'm being a good person. But that's not enough. By being a good person, you might end up being a target and they will assassinate you. I swear to God. Let's not talk about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Let's not even talk about that. Okay? They both got assassinated because all these disgusting, fucked up people, the organization, the motherfuckers, right? They didn't want the good to spread around the world. Martin Luther King was trying to change
Hold
the world.
on.
Martin Luther King was trying
Yo,
to change the world for the better. Malcolm X was trying to change the world for the better. They only
yo.
wanted to coexist with the white people, right? But no, that's not good enough. Fuck you, niggas. We don't want you. Do you understand? We're gonna
Oh,
assassinate
no,
you because unfortunately, the white people have more
Drago.
power. No. Hold on. I'm telling the truth right now. What you need to
No,
understand.
I
Hold on.
no, I do.
Don't be
Oh,
afraid.
Drago.
Be afraid.
I'm not. No, I'm not afraid. I want to get my voice out too. That's all.
I know, but I'll shut up. Give me one more minute. One more minute, right? You need to understand the country you're living in. You're a black person. You're a second-hand citizen. Remember that, right? Because you're a black person. White people are more powerful than black people. That's the world we live in. I live in the UK. That's a white fucking country. You live in America. It's a white country. When you're a black person living in a white country, like, believe me, believe me. Just watch your fucking back. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Just watch your fucking back. I swear. Anyway, you can go ahead and speak.
So I heard everything you're saying, brother, and I know that you've been itching to get off your chest, for a long time. I was gonna agree more with you, but off this whole stereo thing, I hope they don't hear this and they shut up on you. I hope they don't.
That why do
But
you
you won't be the first friend I have on here that has.
no, listen, okay. Look, how about you give me your Snapchat or Instagram? Do you understand? And then we can
Oh no,
talk.
hold on. Check your messages, man.
Oh, okay, hold on a second.
Yeah, I already. Yeah, see, I was already ahead of the game. Trust me.
Oh, you see, that's what I like about you. You're ahead of the curve. You see, this is why you're the type of person who will survive because you need to be two two steps ahead. You always have to be. Life is a chess. I always say life is a chess game. You always have to be two steps ahead. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
To be two steps ahead.
But
That's one way to survive in this world. Always have that one extra step ahead of everybody. That's how I fucking survive. Do you understand? That's how I survive.
you have to. If you don't do that, you're just gonna be a sheep and you're gonna be attacked by the wolves.
I know, but the funny thing is, you have to. But guess what? You shouldn't have to. You have to, but you shouldn't have to. But unfortunately, you have to because there's not enough fucking love in this world. There's not enough love in this world. There's too much misery and hatred in this fucking world. People will push you under the bus to get what they want. People will backstab you to get what they want, including your family members and your friends and your partner. Do you understand? Remember when I said about the reasons why partners fucking kill is because of life insurance? There you go. That's one reason. Is a lot of people are fucking envious of your success. That's another reason why they'll try to kill you or try to ruin your life. Is because a lot of people are jealous of your success, right? And there shouldn't be.
Oh, definitely.
And there shouldn't be. Your family and friends and your fucking partner should be proud of you and support you. But no, they don't. No, they don't. They're like, oh, why should I support you? Blah, blah, blah. They get very jealous. I've been there and done that in my life. I've been there and done that. That's why I'm talking about experience and not. I've been there. It's not just blah blah. I'm not talking about talking out of my ass. It's knowledge and experience. I've seen the dark side of the world. I have seen it in my fucking eyes. I'm not an idiot. I'm not oblivious. I know what's going on. All I can do is hope and pray that every day I wake up in the morning and go to work and have. All I try to do is just Just avoid the negatives, right? That's all you can do is try your best to have a good day in life. That's all you have to do. I know there's going to be a lot of distractions in the world, a lot of temptations in the world, a lot of evil in the world, but you have to just ignore that shit. Ignore it. Ignore the temptations, the negatives, the disgusting, fucked up people, evil people around the world. Just try to walk on a straight pathway. That's all you got to do. Walk on that. Don't turn left. Do not turn right. Just keep going straight. Because if you turn left, you might never go back to the way you were. Do you understand? Anyway,
So
let's
one last point. Well, no, one last point.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think is a great way about the unempathetic people. There's to me, you need to shame people. It's a good deterrent for people to stop doing A, stupid things, B, be better at the things that they should be, such as showing compassion to others. And if we can actually shame people as a society more on that, instead of just accepting almost every no, people just want to be accepted for everything. What you're doing, what you're saying, how you're acting, and that's not how you're supposed to live life. You can't do that. How are you supposed to at least be the best you possible and
So this
actually help your community?
it's
I think there needs to be more shaming
no,
or chastising when people are very, very
like I said,
rude and unpathetic to others. And what you're saying is, I agree.
listen to me, Ray. I'm. Look, sometimes in life you got to be cruel to be kind. Have you heard of that phrase, cruel to be kind?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you have to be cruel to be kind. I'm that type of person. Because a lot of people have misconception that, oh, I'm a bit too loud and outspoken. I'm too blunt. No, I am, but there's a reason why. Do you understand? If you listen to me, don't don't listen to the tone of don't listen to the tone of my voice. It's not the tone of my voice, it's the words. Listen to the words, okay? I'm just a passionate guy. I'm gonna be aggressive. I'm very outspoken. But if I am that way, it's because I fucking care. Do you understand? It's what you say. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. I'll give you an example, right? Now, listen to these two different sentences and tell me the difference, right? Now,
Yeah. Well,
if I apologize, there's a difference, right? Listen to me carefully, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the first apology, right? Okay, Ray, I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. Can we just move on? Right, that's the first.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is this. Look, Ray, I am genuinely sorry, okay? I genuinely didn't mean to hurt you. I promise you, I will never do it again. You see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
You see the
Mm-hmm. I
difference,
heard the difference.
right? It's not what you say. You
The
understand?
tonality difference.
Exactly. Exactly. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't. I pay attention. If you apologize to me, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. There's a
Yeah, like
difference.
you want to hear the sincerity of it.
Exactly. There's a difference between hearing and listening. There's a believe me. There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people listen, but are they fucking hearing? Huge fucking difference. You see? Why do you think I'm very selective? I'm very selective. Believe me, when I'm talking to people and I'm getting to know whether it's in real life or whether it's in social media, I'm very selective who I give my time to because I value my fucking time. Do you understand? That's just how I am.
As you should be.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, in London, there's about fucking 8 million people living in the UK in London, right? I think in London or the whole UK, I'm not too sure. There's around 8 million. I'm not too sure. Anyway, so I cannot please everybody. Do you understand? I cannot. It's impossible. Okay? So everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a choice. I don't have to agree with you. I'm not obligated with you. Do you understand? Do not take it personal if I agree or if I don't want to or if I don't want to be your friend. Do you understand? Listen, I'll give you a chance. That's the point. Number one, I always give people a chance, right? I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you, and I'll make a decision whether we're going to be friends or not. That's my decision. Okay. Now, I don't know how you're going to feel about that. You might take it personal because you like me more than I liked you as a friend. Do you understand? But that's not the point. It's my choice at the end of the day. Do not take it personal, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like when it comes to business, For example, like Amazon, right? I mean, how many people did they fire? They fired about fucking 60,000 people. No, around 20,000 last year, if I remember, right? 20,000 people. Now, do you think the CEO of Amazon is going to approach 20,000 people and apologize? No, he's not. He's not going to
Mm-mm.
say, oh, I'm sorry for firing you. Oh, no, they're not. So they're just automatically going to send emails because that's the easiest way. That's the less sympathetic. That's the easiest way and the cowardice way. Very cowardly to send emails, and it's less sympathetic. Do you understand? Look, if you want to be a leader in this world, you have to be ruthless. You cannot
Yeah,
be.
you have to be cutthroat. You can't
And,
be you can't
and
be for everybody's feelings. You can't be that.
right now, I'm not being sexist, but I'm sorry, women cannot be leaders. I'm gonna keep it real. You know why? Women are emotional. You cannot be emotional when you're a leader. I'm sorry, you cannot be. Men are logical. We think with our head, so we can be ruthless. We could just get rid of 20,000, 30,000. Women are going to be like, oh, I don't know, because, most of them have kids. They have family. Yes, they do. But there's a reason why you're a CEO. There's a reason why you're a manager, because you have to be ruthless. I have to fire people in my line of work. Do you think I like it? No, but it's part of the profession. That's how it goes. When you're a manager, you have to fire people. Do you understand? I don't like it, but the people above me, they're gonna say, "Oh, on your district, right? You're gonna have to fire about 10 people." Ah, okay, fine. You're gonna have to do your research, do your statistic. I don't make it personal, right? So you're gonna have to do your research, find out statistically. It's all about statistics, right? That's what it's all about. So I statistically do my research, find out who's doing from best to worst on the list, and one by one, I'm gonna have to fire them, man. And listen, I don't like it. I've been doing it for a while, and I still do not like it. But I always tell them, listen to me. Look, you know what kind of person I am. Do you understand? Look, we're cool, okay? Don't take it personal. But I have no choice. The people above me, they told me I have to get rid of people. And statistically, you're not doing as well as others. Okay? It's not personal, man. You know what I'm saying? And some of them understand, some of them say fuck you, some of them get angry, some of them do you understand? It's different all the time.
Yeah,
But
you
that's
get a different range of people's answers and emotions.
that exactly. Now imagine if I was a woman. Good luck with that. It'll take me 10 years to get rid of 10 people. Take me
Man,
10. It'll take, listen to me. Listen, when you're a manager, you need to understand they don't give time to get rid of people. They're ruthless. They don't. Sometimes they only give you a week. Imagine a week you have to fire that amount of people. They don't even give you a choice. Like bye and that's it. I'm like, what? A week? That's all you're giving me? What the fuck? They don't. No, they don't give up. Listen to me. They don't care. Yeah, get rid of them. They don't even know their names. They don't care. You have to be ruthless. I'm serious.
yeah. I mean, I can't say that for all women because I had a few female bosses that are actually good. So luckily for me, like that metric doesn't affect me. But who knows in the future that could.
No, I'm just giving you an example because I'm just letting you know. No,
But you're
hey,
no, but I didn't hear the whole thing though. Like yes,
yeah, exactly.
yes. Like women are just more emotional than men. That's just the truth.
Men make better leadership. Do you understand? I'll give you an example. If there's going to be a
But
war,
that's why they made men the head of the household. That's just
eh,
what it
that-
is.
we're the providers, we're the protectors. Okay, women are nurturing. Do you understand? They're nurturing. They're not supposed to be masculine. They're not supposed to be hunters. Do you understand? They're not supposed to be hunters. No. Okay, we're the ones who are doing all the hard work physically. You understand? That's how we are. That's how we are designed. God created us that way. Okay? Why I don't go out when it comes to women, I don't go out with masculine women. I do not. I hate that. I don't like masculine women. I mean, it would feel like I'm going out with one of my fucking friends. You know what I'm saying? No, I want a woman to be nurturing. I want a woman to be sophisticated, feminine, cute. Do you understand? I don't want a woman to be all aggressive and tomboyish and all that. No, that is a turn off, man. That's not sexy at all. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But hey, man, you know what? I haven't eaten all day. I've been doing this intermittent fasting. Amazing. I love doing that. It helps regulate my body every few weeks.
Right,
You
right.
probably do it yourself since you're a boxer. So,
Yeah, yeah, of course.
uh-huh.
It's not easy, but it's the only way.
Oh yeah, it definitely shows your mindset. I've been doing it on and off since high school. It's worked. It's worked. It's kept me in good shape and healthy.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
So,
No, but one thing
yeah,
about life, if you're consistent, then you know exactly what you want in life. Do you understand? Consistency is so fucking important, and having a routine, that is so important. Do you understand? You have to have that balance, man. You know what I mean? You have to. I mean, occasionally, yes, you are gonna relapse, but as long as
yeah.
you,
Oh yeah, definitely. We're
as
not
long as,
perfect.
yeah, of course. Hey, listen, I relapsed. You know, relapsing is part of life. You are gonna relapse in any situation. Do you understand? It doesn't matter. It's not
It's just
just
how you come from it.
exactly. You know, you're not
Hmm.
perfect. Hey, listen, we all fuck up. We are gonna fuck up. Do you understand? It's part. As long as you learn from the mistakes and you go back, then you'll be okay.
Exactly.
Listen.
Exactly.
Anyway, listen. I know you gotta go, but listen, it was nice talking to you once again. I have your information just in case I get shadow banned. So yeah, we'll talk whenever next time. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man. Yeah, follow me on IG, and I sent you that story. That's my personal blog site. I have it on my link tree, but it's blocked for subscribers. So I send it to you because I don't send it out to a lot of people because you don't know who to trust. But I trust you, and I think you'll like the page. That article is is
Yeah.
from a nurse from the UK. So you probably heard about it, but I just want more people to know about it because it was really startling. It was really startling.
Well, to be honest, I'll check it out, but I don't think I'll be surprised. I mean, I'm so desensitized, to be honest with you. I'm very
And that's
desensitized.
the sad part. That's the sad part.
Yeah, I know, I know. It shouldn't be that way. This shit shouldn't be normalized, but it is.
It is what it is.
Exactly, exactly. I'll check it out. Don't.
Exactly, man.
I will.
Mhm.
Listen. Have a great day, bro. You know what I'm saying? Have a great day.
Oh, definitely, man.
Yep.
Take care, bro.
You
All right.
take care. Take care. Bye
All
bye.
right.